Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Thank you, Steve.
High school football coming up. Platteville at Mineral Point on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want every diabetic, including you, to know this. It sounds crazy, but give me 60 seconds to explain. Well, everything you thought you knew about diabetes is 90% wrong. This could free you from dangerous meds, endless blood sugar spikes, and the fear of future...
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Test.
Check. Check 1 2 3 4 5.
Test. 1, 2,
Beautiful
3.
night in Mineral Point.
Test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One. Maybe a little louder. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Say something.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
is a Queen Bee Radio High School sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Faust Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bitech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to high school football on X1071, X1071.com, the X1071 mobile app worldwide, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. From Mineral Point High School, the Platteville Hillmen take on the Mineral Point Pointers in Week 2 of non-conference football. From the Ayers Furniture Best Seats in the House in Ron Murphy Field, I'm Steve Prestigard along with Jeff Mergen. And Platteville's season opener had some good news, 4 offensive touchdowns and 33 total points. But the Hillmen gave up 63 points to Darlington last week, so you would think, Jeff, job one for the Hillmen tonight is fix the defense.
I'm sure they were practicing their tackling this week, Steve, and thank you for having me along tonight here in Mineral Point, one of the great small towns of the area.
The game last week, it was a case of, well, Mineral Point, one more time, Platteville found out exactly how many weapons Darlington has. I think everybody knew that, but just in case there was any question, he had Zeke Zuber-Buehler with 4 touchdown passes and 3 touchdown runs, more than 300 yards for Dante Glendenning.
I've never seen that before. That was an incredible performance by them last week. And I think they did a couple of reverses on a couple of the first couple kickoffs when the Hillmen kicked to them. So I think that kind of confused Platteville a little bit at the beginning too.
And of course, you know, they were. It's a new defense. You know, they used to play the 3-3. Now they're running the 4-3 of the kind of defense that they played when the Packers had this guy named Reggie White as one of their defensive ends.
Well, we know what happened in Green Bay yesterday, and they're likening it to the Reggie White situation all those many years ago with this kid coming in from Dallas. So we'll see what happens up there.
Indeed. As far as tonight, Mineral Point is also coming off. They're coming off a win, and it was 27-7 is a little, perhaps a little bit deceptive because the Pointers only scored 2 touchdowns on offense. It was their 2 pick sixes in the fourth quarter that opened things up for their 27-7 win.
And those were on consecutive possessions?
Yes, they were, yeah.
Well, that special teams, of course, obviously very important. Offense, defense, special teams, and that's a good example.
On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We have in the SWC tonight, Cuba City is at Lancaster. That's on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also tonight, New Glarus is at Belleville. Evansville is at Broadhead, Judah. Prairie du Chien is at Darlington. That ought to be an excellent game.
Yep.
Richland Center is at Potosi, Cassville, and Wisconsin Dells is at River Valley. In the Southwest Wisconsin Activities League, Fenimore is at River Ridge. I guess that's the battle of Highway 18 West, and that's on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also, Southwestern East Dubuque is at Boscobel, and Benton Scales Mount Shalsburg is at Stockton of Illinois. In the Six Rivers, one game yesterday, Waterloo shut out Pecatonica Argyle 36-0. Tonight, Dodgeville is at Iowa Grant. Hillsborough is at Riverdale. Ithaca is at Seneca Wazeeka Steuben. And Blackhawk Warren is at Westby. And in 8-player football in the Ridge and Valley 8 last night, Belmont, that's the wrong week, Steve. Highland over Williams Bay 54-22. That was on X1071 last night. Also, Elkhart Lake Glen Beulah over Monticello 54-14. Kind of an interesting note here. Kickapoo Lafarge at Oakfield got canceled. I'm not quite sure why. Tonight, meanwhile, Belmont is at St. John's Northwestern Military Academy in Delafield.
Wow.
Yeah, Princeton Green Lake is at DeSoto, Montello is at North Crawford, and Wanawak Center Weston is at Oshkosh Valley Christian. We are broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best Seats in the House in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home for what's sure to be the best seat in your house. Be sure to visit Ayers Furniture at ayersfurniture.com. Time for the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
And we're back in 60 seconds on X1071.
Pregame 1.
Finning. You're winning with Finning. When you drive away in a Finning car, you're winning with Finning.
This is Amy Montgomery from Finn & Kia. Be too cool for school this year. Make heads turn in the school pickup line and lease a new 2026 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive for $365 per month with zero money down. Getting pre-approved is quick and easy. Apply now at finnandkia.com for secure, instant online credit approval, or visit us at the corner of Savings, Highway 20 and the Northwest Arterial. Let our team help you drive that nicer, newer vehicle you deserve. Finn & Kia is on a mission to change the perception of car buying. Quick, comfy, and fun.
Stock number K26056, 36-month term, 10,000 miles per year. First payment, tax, title, license, lien, and $149.50 doc fee due at inception. No security deposit required for well-qualified buyers with approved credit through KMA. Offer good through 9/2/2025.
Finning. You're winning with Finning.
Pregame 1.
Welcome to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on X1071, week 2 of the season. Platteville and Mineral Point. We're joined by Hillman coach Isaiah Altflish. That was your first game. You got one down now, and how did you feel about game number 1 against Darlington?
Yeah, I was incredibly proud of our guys and the way they responded, especially in times of adversity. And our focus all week was on our process, and it'll continue to be on our process. And I thought our guys did a lot of things well, and a lot of things to the best of their ability. There's obviously always things that we got to clean up, whether it's offensively or defensively. But I was very proud of our effort Friday night against a really good Darlington team, and I thought we responded well, especially in those times of adversity. And so if we continue to kind of stack those days on top of each other, I think we're going to be in a just fine spot.
The defense first, 63 points is what it is. Is that Darlington is very good? Is that you had players not doing what you want them to do? Certainly the defensive penalties you had didn't help either.
Yeah, I mean, whenever an option team can attack the perimeter and throw it over the top, like Darlington does, they make it very tough on the defense, and we saw a little bit of that Friday. Like I said, I'm proud of our guys for their process, and they were doing their job, and at the end of the day, the scoreboard was what the scoreboard was. But I thought defensively, we were focused on ourselves, and there's always things that we got to clean up, defensively, offensively, special teams. But if we can continue the effort like we had on Friday night and the responses that we had on Friday night in times of adversity, I think, again, we'll be in a good spot.
I would have to think you're pretty happy with your offense, other than maybe the penalties, because you had 4 scores. Of course, you also had the kickoff return for the 5th score, but evaluate your offense.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with our O-line, and we've talked to them all year. Those 5 got to be playing as one, and we're going to go as far as our O-line goes, and we're going to go as far as our D-line goes. And I thought our O-line especially played very well on Friday night and really showed a lot of steps forward from the scrimmage into week 1. So if they can continue to take those positive steps forward, that's only going to open things up for our perimeter guys and the guys in the backfield to kind of attack defenses, and they showed that on Friday night. So I'm proud of that. Got to limit some of the self-inflicted wounds, as always, but again, if we can focus on our process and keep improving like we have over the last couple weeks, good things are going to come.
All right, now it's Mineral Point. They got to win over a team that you will be playing later this season. What about the Pointers as a challenge, and what are the Rosemeyer management?
Yeah, I mean, Mineral Point's a tough and disciplined team overall. They're going to do their job. They're going to be aligned correctly. They're going to have their assignments down, and they're going to play hard. And so we got to make sure we come out and attack. We've emphasized that all week. And the nice part with our non-conference is that we see two quality opponents week 1 and week 2 as we head into our conference schedule, which is tough. So it's nice to see those opponents, and especially a tough team like Mineral Point. But obviously, it is kind of the same every week. We got to limit the self-inflicted wounds, and we got to focus on us and our process in order to be successful at the end of the night.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Isaiah Allflish, the Platteville coach. More after this on X1071.
Pre-game 2.
Farming is risky business. Protecting your business means managing risk. That's where Tricor Insurance comes in.
When we're working with our clients or our future clients, it's really important that we understand the business that they're in. Our role is to help make these businesses more successful.
Tricor Insurance works with Grinnell Mutual to design insurance packages built uniquely for you and your farm or agribusiness. Tricor Insurance and Grinnell Mutual are ready to work for you.
Oakview Group is now hiring. They're looking for an operations manager at Five Flags Center to assist with planning, budgeting, day-to-day responsibilities, and keeping Five Flags events on track. Oakview Group is also looking for maintenance technicians for both Five Flags and the Grand River Center to handle preventative and corrective maintenance and to make sure every show and event goes off without a hitch. Apply today and see all their open positions at fiveflagscenter.com.
Pre-game 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues at X1071 Platteville and Mineral Point. We are joined by Mineral Point coach Justin Leonard. Thanks for joining us. You're off to a great start, particularly with your defense last week against Dodgeville. An obvious arch rival who you haven't played in a few years for scheduling reasons. So talk about what worked for you against the Dodgers.
Well, I just thought defensively our guys did a great job up front, playing our technique and what we expect from them defensively. Our linebackers played downhill. D-line held their jobs well, did what they were supposed to do, and our defensive backs did a fantastic job. I was very, very impressed with how our defense played Dodgeville.
And your offense did enough, certainly. And of course, you've got, a fair number of guys, sort of new quarterback. Liam did play last year. Sort of new running back, but and you feel like you have enough guys back that you at least have some experience edge?
Yeah, I mean, there's some experience there. I would still consider ourselves a very young team. What I appreciate about this team is they've been unbelievably coachable. We're not overly big. We had a really big offensive line last year and a defensive line. This year we're a little bit smaller but more athletic and aggressive. Again, I'm just happy with how they are practicing, how they're playing, and their effort. And if they can give that, we'll take whatever we can get on Friday nights.
Now, one thing that we talked about last year was a numbers issue. And of course, you ended up canceling one of your games because of you had players beat up and all that. Do you feel like it's better this year?
Yeah, we have a few more guys out this year, and we have been healthy, compared to years past. So it's always important to be healthy. And I don't care if you've got 100 kids or 36 kids. If you stay healthy, you'll always give yourself an opportunity to win a game.
Okay, so it's Platteville tonight. Well, they ran into Darlington last night. You'll get them later, obviously. But what about the Hillman as a challenge, and what do you feel are the Rosemeyer wealth management keys to the game?
I think it's the line of scrimmage, as it is for every football game, but they're really big and they're athletic. And so we're fundamentally going to have to be really good up front and in the back end. And then, hopefully we can create some turnovers and get those types of things in the positive side for us to give us our best opportunity. And mistake-free football. No turnovers, no penalties, and we'll give ourselves an opportunity to get it.
Thanks, Don Giller, tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Justin Leonard, the Mineral Point coach. We'll be back with Platteville and Mineral Point after these messages on X1071.
In Game 1.
Here at Extreme 1071, we love giving you things. A great mix of music, entertainment, and of course, free stuff. If you participate in any of our giveaways and contests, remember...
You're going to talk and talk fast.
Contests are generally open to U.S. residents 18 years or older and reside within our terrestrial listening area. Other age restrictions may apply. You can only win once per 30 days or once per promotion or contest. Employees, agents, and affiliates of the station. Queen Bee Radio Inc., Morgan Murphy Media. Contest sponsors, other radio, television, and print advertising companies are ineligible to win. Other restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. All entries can completed or blank. Any and all materials pertaining to a contest are the property of Queen Bee Radio. Prize winners have 30 days to pick up their prize at the Queen Bee Radio offices. 51 News Drive in Platteville, Wisconsin, 53818. Bring your ID. A signature may be required. Unclaimed prizes will be disposed of at the discretion of Queen Bee Radio. All decisions are final. Winners are responsible for all taxes, fees, usage charges, tariffs, or other fees associated with their prize. Queen Bee Radio makes no guarantee of any awarded prizes and is released from all liability. A full list of our general contest rules can be found online at x1071.com or at the Queen Bee Radio offices.
In Game 1.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage. High school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington, Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our injury report is brought to you by Russell Law Offices. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWI.com. Both coaches report everybody's available.
Absolutely, and again, what a nice night here in Mineral Point. A rain shower this afternoon, just a perfect temperature for football tonight.
Because all we needed was more rain.
Yeah, more rain, exactly.
Well, speaking of that, the exclusive turf and weather report brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair for all your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs. The best place to take a leak. Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. 63 degrees and partly sunny, I suppose you could say, in Mineral Point. The wind is, what direction is?
Feels like it's coming out of the east, but
well, let's see here. It's east-southeast winds at 4, gusts to 7. It kind of feels like it's a little windier than that, but I don't think this is wind that is going to affect anything as far as kicking or certainly not throwing the football or anything like that tonight. It's a beautiful setting here at Ron Murphy Field. The famous water tower in Mineral Point is off to the center right of us here as we look here, and the press box is the only shadow on the field at the moment, but of course the sun will set behind us through the clouds.
Got the Platteville fans coming in, excuse me, sorry, Steve. The Platteville fans coming in on the opposite side, so they're kind of looking into the sun, but nice to have that seating over there also.
Yep. Yes. We'll tell you about the old place before this when we get an opportunity, but first the colors of the game are presented by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. And Platteville getting the road jerseys out for the first time tonight. White with white pants, silver helmets, and of course Cardinal numbers and trim.
Cardinal.
And Mineral Point head-to-toe blue. And Mineral Point's kind of interesting in their use of blues because they kind of use several of them. They've got the football team wears royal blue.
Okay.
The basketball team wears light blue, kind of like Columbia blue. Sometimes they wear black, and you occasionally see some dark blue in there. And in fact, the years that Mineral Point went to state back-to-back in baseball, which is last decade, they had the blue version of the famous Houston Astros Rainbow Guts uniforms.
Really? Okay.
Except that instead of shades of orange, it was shades of blue.
I like these royal blue colors on the pointers tonight. That's sharp. It really stands out nice.
It does pop, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, on the Queen Bee family of radio stations, Cuba City at Lancaster, that is on 97.7 Country WGLR, and Fenimore at River Ridge, that is on Super 106. Oh, Brewers baseball tonight.
At Toronto.
And in the bottom of the third, no score. Brewers and the Blue Jays, and that's on AM 1590 WPVL.
Then they come home on Monday and play the Phillies at the American Family Field, and they're off on Tuesday this week.
Off on Tuesday?
A little unusual, yeah.
Huh. That is a little strange. Then I know they're going to Pittsburgh next weekend, but
yeah.
Brewers, they lost the last 2, of course, to Arizona because my wife wasn't there. She was there Tuesday.
Oh, well.
That was a good game to go to.
Sure.
And, however, the Brewers were helped out by the fact that the Cubs also got beat. In fact, the Cubs got swept by San Francisco while the Brewers split 4 with Arizona. So
we have a 6.5 game lead.
6.5 game lead, and still the best record in baseball at the moment. which is
well, this weekend could be some kind of preview. Hate to jinx anything, but a lot of people thinking about a small market. Well, Toronto's not that small a city, but the Toronto-Milwaukee World Series would be very interesting.
well, there would be no weather problems.
No.
Both the
Rogers Center has a roof also, yeah.
formerly known as Sky Dome.
Yes.
Yeah. We did not see, once again, the People's, have they had it yet? The People's State Bank coin toss? I'm not sure about
Don't
that.
believe they have yet, Steve.
Okay, well, we'll have to watch for it. Anyway, tonight's game brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Brian Steffes Construction is your local WIC building dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put WIC Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction to work for you. Their expertise, that is. Agris Enterprises in Mineral Point specializes in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping, and now including lawn care and hydro seeding. They will always exceed your expectations. Check them out on the web or Facebook. Call Lane today. Brought to you by West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz, the West End Salvage team, for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage in Lancaster. Olds Law LLC in Platteville, protecting your rights. They have the experience you need to get the results you want. Visit them at Olds Law LLC or Facebook. Olds Law in Platteville, defending your tomorrow today. The entire staff of Faraday Incorporated in Platteville proudly supports our Platteville Hillman High School athletes. It's a great day to be a Hillman. Go Platteville. And we're brought to you by Community First Bank. For you, the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. We'll be back with Platteville and Mineral Point after these messages on X1071.
In game 2.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
Turpin Dodge salutes Katrina Carney, registered nurse at Medical Associates. Turpin will honor Katrina with a donation to NAMI of Dubuque. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Katrina, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque.
Once you try our fresh ground-to-order peanut butter, you'll never buy a jar from the store again. We feature natural and honey-roasted peanut butters plus 3 specialty nut butters every day. Shop local, shop the Calcomene Market. 352 Bluff Street in Dubuque or online at calcomenemarket.com.
In game 2.
Carey Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Platteville and Mineral Point, and this is a relatively new field, Ron Murphy Field, named for the longtime football coach who was kind of the creator of Air Pointer. This was a program that since about the mid or late 1980s threw the ball more than anybody else around here. And it's kind of funny that here, all these decades later, Mineral Point's really running the ball more than throwing it at this point. But things change. Coaches decide based on what they've got, what they want to do.
Sure, personnel would certainly dictate a lot of that. I'm looking out here at some of these Hillman offensive linemen. And you're nice and close here, too, and they've got some big boys up front.
They do, indeed. You can see that on the rosters, which, unlike in some places, they actually list heights and weights. The old facility, by the way, which is down where the old high school, now elementary school is, actually closer to downtown, was known as the Tri-Oval. And the reason is it was a football field, baseball field, and track all in one facility.
Really? I know where that was.
Well, it's still there, actually.
Yeah.
They still use it for baseball. It's near the old Quick Trip, or the closed Quick Trip now, but just actually south of the water tower. And I remember covering a game there and thinking, well, this is different. Because, you see running tracks, and running tracks don't typically are not typically in sort of a squared off, or a
what kind of
circled
races?
off square.
What kind of races were they?
Well, the track meets.
Well, the track meets.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was a different kind of environment. Now there is a track here, which is over on the other side of the high school. And one thing I will say about this as we get ready to go here, it's going to be a little weird. It's a little weird to not have Matthew get in here. He was really one of the spearheads for the MPTV web presence, and at the same time he was, of course, working for us. Did the Mineral Point State basketball trip back in March.
Now, please rise to honor America
and now
with the playing of our national anthem.
Our national anthem. The national anthem at Ron Murphy Field at Mineral Point High School.
To the east sideline.
One thing about tonight, as the first home game this year, this will be the night. This is the night also of the Mineral Point Hall of Fame inductions.
Yeah.
And now in the north end zone, dressed in their home
And so that's part of what will be going on tonight.
Your Mineral Point Pointers, led by head coach
Our
Justin
game
Leonard.
tonight, if I can find the right page on the sheet here, I will tell you the game brought to you by Northland Buildings, our touchdown sponsor for a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Red here, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. Anderson Weber Toyota Dubuque powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque when you are ready. We're brought to you by Claire Bank with our 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville, our MVP sponsor. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe. Russell Law Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. We're brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros of Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. McNett Electric in Belmont, our halftime sponsor. They can assist you with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric around Caller Ray to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. And Breckler Insurance Group for all your insurance needs. See Steve Lundusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Platteville will receive, that's the answer for the People's State Bank coin toss. So the starting lineup presented by Fuller's and Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Brody Digman had a great game last week at quarterback. 16 of 19, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception, and 17 carries for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. The running back, Tyler Sass, 27 for 111. The receivers, Brad Rupp, great open, 10 catches for 82 yards. Myron Ryder, 4 for 78 and 2 touchdowns, plus 3 kickoff returns, including a touchdown. And the kick returned here.
The kick is fielded by number 10, Rupp.
And speaking of Brad Rupp, there he returns up to the 38-yard line. The other receivers, John Blevins, and the tight end is Matt Brogley.
kind of a squib kick there for the Pointers to start this one out. Good field position for the Hillmen.
At the 38, the Hillmen start with a receiver way out to the left side. One running back, as usual, Sass. And they're kind of on the sun side of things, just beyond the shadow from the press box. Man in motion. And a run around the left side. Tyler Sass picks his way forward and gains about 5 or 6 yards.
On the keeper off the left side.
And actually it's Digman carrying in for a gain of 4 to the 44-yard line, second down.
2nd and 5 now from the Hillman 44.
I'm going to call it 2nd and 4 because it looks like 2nd and 4.
Looked like a 6-yard gain.
Yeah. The offensive line, Lucas Hugel at left tackle, Cam Moore at left guard, Ethan Berghoff at center, Landon Donahue at right, or Gage Kasser at right guard, Landon Donahue at right tackle, and a run around the right side and taking a defender with him to the very first Big Iron Realty first down of the game. That was Tyler Sass.
That play looked designed to go up the middle, Steve, and then he popped it out to the outside to the left. Nice run.
He is amazingly quick, and he's able to do that to shift direction pretty fast. On the near side hash mark, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. This is Sass up the middle and gets through a hole and dives forward, gets 9. And actually might have another first down. He's very close to it.
Tackle on the play by number 17.
And actually they will not give him the gain that he thought he, or will they?
Oh.
Now it's short.
Just short, I guess. I'll gain him 9.
Down to the 41.5-yard line. By the way, the size on the offensive line, Hugel 260, Moore 205, Berghoff 220, Kastner 230, and Donahue 275.
For the Hillman. From the Pointers,
Second
46.
down and about 2 yards to go. And back to pass is Digman. And now Digman runs it forward, skips around, gets the first down, and ends up to the 37-yard line. That's 5 yards. And number 5 gets another Big Iron Realty first down.
Hit hard on the play, by the way. He nice gain, and then he got hit pretty hard on that play, Steve.
1st and 10 from the Mineral Point 37-yard line. Receivers left and right. There's 4 of them. And it's Sass around the right side, and this time he is corralled from behind. He ends up gaining a yard down to the 36-yard line, 2nd and 9. Mineral Point on defense. Up front, Sawyer Dannenberg and Cole Ripp, the defensive ends. Garen Docknall and Keating Wegner are the tackles. Grady Finley, Clayton Yana, the outside linebackers. Jake Dannenberg, the middle linebacker. We'll get you the rest in a moment. Here's 2nd down, 9 yards to go from the Mineral Point 36-yard line. Sass goes in motion and a fake, and up the middle goes Digman, and Digman bounced off a couple of defenders and gets all the way down to the inside the 30-yard line to about the 29 and a half perhaps, and it will bring up 3rd down and about 2 yards to go. The defensive backs for Mineral Point, Hudson Schrader and Elliot Kite are the cornerbacks. Brett Bossert, and Thorn Vomstad are the safeties. 3rd and about 3 from the 29, and up the middle run for Sass. And well, it's going to be close enough. Well, it does move the sticks. Big Iron first down. Down to the 26-yard line.
55 Sawyer Dannenberg and number 68 Keegan Wenger.
So first down.
Is a Hillman first down at the
Another Big Iron Realty first down to the 26. 8:36 remaining in the first quarter, and no score. Platteville moving on their first drive of the ball game. 1st and 10 from the Mineral Point 26. Back to pass is Digman. Throws to the far corner of the end zone, and the pass is caught for a touchdown in the far corner of the end zone. Myron Ryder
touchdown.
Makes a jump ball catch, and with 8:19 remaining in the first quarter, the Northland Buildings touchdown gives Platteville a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Myron Ryder on that play really just got past his defender there and made a good turnaround to find the ball. Yeah, nice score for the Hillman here early.
3 minutes and 38 seconds on the scoring drive. 8 plays, 62 yards. And now Tyler Sass, who was 3 for 5 in extra points last week,
Number 2, Sass,
missed a field goal early in the ball game. Here's the snap.
Kick is up.
And the kick is up. And the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point is good. Platteville 7, Mineral Point nothing. 8:19 left first quarter. Back after this on X1071.
In Game 3.
If you suffer from chronic sinus infections known as sinusitis and over-the-counter medicine or prescriptions aren't helping, you might be a candidate for balloon sinuplasty, an innovative, non-invasive outpatient procedure now available at Grant Regional Health Center. This treatment can gently and safely widen the sinuses, allow drainage, and provide long-term relief for chronic sufferers. Visit our website, grantregional.com/ENT to learn more. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Dairies of all sizes can benefit from the labor reduction, consistency, and constant monitoring available with the GIA Automation Solutions at Fuller's Milker Center. Your dairy is unique and deserves automation solutions that fit your herd and management style. Whether you're looking to automate the entire milking process, your pre or post milking routine, or your calf feeding system, GIA has the customizable automation solution for you. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to learn more about automating your dairy.
In Game 3.
There is a squib kick, and it squirts through the first wave and now is caught or downed at the 38-yard line. So I'm not sure if that was deliberate, but it gives Mineral Point pretty good field position at the Pointers' 37-yard line.
Yeah, Elliott Kite did a good job for the Pointers on that return there. He got on that ball and got down.
Starting lineups again presented by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene lighted options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster and Richland Center at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. Liam Carey, a sophomore, starts at quarterback. He played some at quarterback last year, and an option pitch for the first carry of the game and spun down after a gain to the 41-yard line is Thorin Vonstad, who is one of the slot backs or receivers. Second down, 6 yards to go. The running back is, go back to Carey, 11 for 17, 163, a touchdown and an interception last week. Grady Finley, 4 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown or catches, and 13 carries for 81 last week. Thorin Vonstad is one slot. The other slot, Brett Bossert. Vonstad 2 for 30 and one yard rush. Bossert 1 for 13, 2 carries for 5 and a touchdown last week. The rest in a moment. 2nd and 6 from the 41. That is Bossert in motion. Throw goes the other way and past the intended receiver, Elliott Kite, who was one of the split ends along with Hudson Schrader. Kite, 33-yard catch. Schrader last week, 1 for 24. The offensive line, Keegan Wenger, 210 pounds at left tackle. Jake Dannenberg, 175 at left guard. Garrett Docknell, 239 at the center. Sawyer Dannenberg, 190 at the right guard. And Brady Haas, 200 at right tackle. Their biggest graduate on the line last year was Jacob Phillips, who was an all-everything offensive lineman and running and linebacker last year. But he didn't play the whole season because he got hurt, and that was a huge blow to the Pointers. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. And here's the pass over the middle, and that is incomplete. Carey unable to make the connection there.
Good job by Myron Ryder, number 1 for the Hillman there. Did not commit a penalty, but it was close, but he got there perfect timing on that one.
The intended receiver was Cole Pouts. And so on 4th and 6, Hillman defense holds. And they will get it back, leading 7-0 with 7:19 remaining in the first quarter. Jerron Blevins going back. And a high kick. And it's fielded by Ryder. And Ryder is tipped over at the 30-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 7:10 remaining in the first quarter. Platteville went 62 yards in 8 plays and 3:38 to get the first score of the ball game. We're brought to you by Culver's in Platteville. Welcome to Delicious. Try their made-to-order butter burgers and fresh frozen custard. Dine in, drive through or order through the app and take your food to go. Culver's of Platteville, proud to serve the community for over 29 years. 3 receivers go to the left, 1 to the right on 1st and 10 from the Platteville 30-yard line. And it's a run up the middle for Sass, and the pile gets up to about the 33-yard line.
Number 30, Briggs Weagle on the kick.
And let me try that again. That was Briggs. Flip the page, Steve. Briggs Weigel gains 3 to the 33. Second down, 7 yards to go. This time 2 receivers way out to the left side. The near side as Platteville goes right to left in the first quarter. Weigel goes in motion. Quarterback draw for Digman. And Digman still going. Gets the first down across the 45 or to the 45-yard line.
Number 5, Digman with the keeper up the
He can
middle.
run the ball. He can really run that ball. He's very shifty back to one side and another. He knows how to avoid people.
Result of that run will
12
be
yards
Platteville
and a
first down at their own
first down.
6-yard line.
At about the 45.5-yard line. One receiver is on this side. Back to pass goes Digman. Throws to the right side. Pass is caught. And down the far sideline to the 50, 45, 40. All the way down to the 30-yard line.
Digman's pass complete to number 1, Ryder.
And that's Myron Ryder showing his speed, which we have certainly seen the last couple of years. He is down to the 31 of Mineral Point. First and 10. 6:06 remaining and the clock running. And Platteville running the plays faster than they did last week, aren't they? Now here's a pass to the left side, and that is caught, and that's down to the 20 and down near the 15-yard line. And that is Brad Rupp.
Complete to number 1, Ryder again.
Correction, Ryder.
Result of that pass play is another
And the
Platteville
sticks
first down.
move once again.
Platteville coming out ready to play this ball game tonight.
They're down to the 17-yard line. That was 14 yards. And a first supply, or a Big Iron Realty first down that puts them not in the red zone, but the Bitech green zone, a Green Array Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. Throw to the left side, caught by Blevins in traffic, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on that pass
So it'll be
play.
second down, 10 yards to go. We're brought to you by Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sell, call Daryl Krapp. Visit bigiron.com to learn more. Second and 10 from the 17 as the sun goes away, as the clouds hanging out to our west. And a run up the middle and down to about the 15-yard line.
Nice job by the Pointer defense there against that big offensive line of the Hillman.
Tyler Sass for 2, third down and 8 coming up. 4:52 remaining in the first quarter. And Platteville leading 7-0. Blevins over to the left side with another receiver over there, and then 2 receivers over to the right. Sass, the running back to pass is Digman. Fakes, goes to the right, looks, flag goes down, and then Digman takes off, and he ends up going down on the far side for a gain of 1, but
Digman rolling out to the right.
I believe I saw a penalty flag, which will be our first Pinks Automotive penalty. Interesting, the lights are not on yet.
Yeah, it's overcast, and I would think they'd want to get those turned on, or had them turned on already.
Well, it's going to be holding. And they will take that penalty, Mineral Point will. Or will they?
I think they declined it.
Holding against the Hillman is declined by the Pointers.
Well, they'll make it fourth and 7.
Down.
That's why, yeah. At the 14-yard line, 4th down, 7 yards to go. 4:31 remaining in the first quarter. Now the clock starts. And they're going to try a field goal.
4th down and 8 now for the
Tyler Sass is going to try a 32-yard field goal. And here's the snap and the kick.
And the kick
is wide to the left.
So the Pointer defense holds.
He hit that ball really well, but when you pull it, it goes a long way, and he did pull that one left.
So the Pointers defense holds, and Mineral Point will take over at their 15-yard line with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter, and a 7-0 Platteville lead. We're brought to you by Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families from all walks of life since 1916. Leaders in their profession, dedicated to excellence and service in the highest integrity. Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville, and Mineral Point. Actually, by rule, the ball goes to the 20-yard line. That's 1st and 10. Carey with one running back, and he gets the football, and I think that was Grady Findley moving forward for a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
Good play by Gage Kastner there for the Hillman.
The defense, by the way, for
Yana with the carry up the middle.
and let me correct that. That was Clayton Yana. And Platteville's defense, again, they're a 4-3 team this year. Cam Moore, Gage Kastner with the defensive ends, Lucas Hugel, the nose tackle, and Landon Donahue, the 3 technique tackle. Briggs Weigel, Evan Johnson, the outside linebackers, Matt Progley inside. 2nd and 8 from the 22. The throw over the middle and throwing over the intended receiver. Carries pass too far for Bossert down at the 45. And it will be 3rd down and 8 yards to go. From the 22, defensive backs Myron Ryder and Jerron Blevins. Tyler Sass, the strong safety, and Graydon Roberts is the free safety.
3rd and 7 from the
Well, we'll see if the Hillman can stop the Pointers here on this 3rd down.
They did on their first series, and so it is 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. And again, the one running back, and Carey rolls to the right, now throws it deep. He's got Bomstad, but just overthrew him.
Carries pass just
Bomstad may have gotten a fingernail on it, but he needed to be closer than that. Pass incomplete. And so the Hillman defense is able to hold once again. We're brought to you by Rosemeyer Wealth Management, our Keys to the Game sponsor. They will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website at rosemeyermg.com. Here is the punt by Sawyer Dannenberg, and that bounces to a stop at the 45-yard line.
By number 18.
That punt was straight up in the air. Didn't travel very far.
Platteville takes over with 3:14 left in the first quarter, and the Hillmen leading the Pointers 7-0. Top of the 5th, still no score. Brewers Blue Jays, that's on AM 1590 WPVL. Lancaster leads Cuba City 14-0. 3:09 left in the first quarter on 97.7 Country WGLR. That on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Well, the Hillmen moved the ball pretty well by playing a little bit more up-tempo than they did last week. We'll see if they keep this up. They had one scoring drive and then one drive that ended with a missed field goal. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. They're on the near side hash mark at the 45-yard line. Ryder goes in motion, fake to him, taking off. Flag goes down as running forward up near the first down is Digman, but I think this is not going to count because I think that the Pink's automotive penalty has happened again. It's a hold on Platteville. So they'll push it back to the 35, make it 1st and 20. That a couple years ago, one of the better rules changes used to be that that every holding penalty was a spot foul, and so you'd end up with 1st and 17, 1st and 14, 1st and 21. I don't know how the officials ever figured out that, but it's now simply 10 yards. If it's behind the line of scrimmage, it's simply 10 yards. downfield holding penalties are still spot fouls. That's always been the case. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, or 1st and 20 from the 35. And up the middle goes Sass. Now goes to the right side, gets to the 40, still going across the 45 and gets all the way to midfield for 15 yards. And it will be a much more manageable 2nd and 5 with 2:35 left in the first quarter.
2nd and 6 now from midfield.
2:28 and the clock running in the first quarter. And Platteville with a 7-0 lead on Mineral Point. 3 receivers this time to the right side and 1 to the left. Sass the running back and a fake. Here's a pass to the right side and down the far sideline, and that'll be a first down and into all the way down to about the 41-yard line.
Pass complete. Number 10, Rupp.
Rupp gets the
Tackle on the play
Big
by
Iron
54,
Realty first down.
Number 55, Sawyer.
They're hurrying things up.
That pass play is a first down for Platteville.
1st and 10 from the Mineral Point 41, and now a whistle. And Mineral Point has to burn a timeout because they had a guy who was not on the field when he was supposed to be. So Mineral Point calls its first timeout of the first half. 2:01 remaining, first quarter, and a 7-0 Platteville lead. And now the lights are on. Apparently they weren't too worried about getting the lights on as far as getting them to warm up. They must be the newer lights.
Nice crowd here tonight on the other side of the field. A lot of Hillman fans and a lot of Mineral Point fans sitting up on the berm they have over there behind the 2 sets of bleachers. Get up a little higher for a better vantage point.
Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Prairie du Chien leading Darlington 14-7 with 3:54 left in the first quarter.
That game's in Darlington, Steve?
Yes, it is. Well, wait a minute. I believe it is. Yes. That's an interesting score. Platteville, that's of course Prairie du Chien won the SWC last year, beat everybody, and Darlington, unlike usual, finished second in the SWAL. Usually they finish first or more often than not. 1st and 10 from the Mineral Point 41-yard line, and a pass out to the right side, and Blevins down the near sideline, and he goes across the 30. Ryder.
Pass complete to number 1, Ryder.
And Ryder down to the 25-yard line.
Blevins did a nice job of blocking downfield there for his teammate, Myron Ryder.
And so that's 16, and another Big Iron Realty first down at the 25-yard line on the near side hash mark. Blevins and Ryder to the left side. And Sass gets the handoff, and Sass tries to get outside, but he wasn't quick enough and ends up losing 3 yards back to the 28.
Jake Dannenberg for the Pointers got through there in a hurry and made the tackle for loss.
2nd and 13, 111 or 16. Well, if I don't say anything, it will now be 111 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 13, and a fake handoff and a pass to the right side down the far sideline, and that's going to be close to another first down.
Bigman's pass complete to number 10, Brad Rupp.
And that's Rupp again.
By number 9, Cole Pops.
And Rupp gets the first down to the 15-yard line, which puts us in the Bitech Green Zone or Greater Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe. 1st and 10 from the Mineral Point 15-yard line, and Sass gets stacked up after a gain of about 2 yards.
Carey up the middle, tackle on the play by number 51, Garen Docknall.
The Hillmen are mixing things up very well tonight, run and pass. They're keeping the Pointers guessing here.
Well, and that pass to the right side where they threw it to the trailing receiver, and the 2 receivers in the 3-receiver set are the lead blockers. That's been quite effective so far. And now a whistle. And it's going to be a penalty on Mineral Point for offside.
Runners jumped across the line, so that'll give the
So instead of 1st and 10, it will be 1st and 5 and down to the 9-yard line. So it's 1st and goal from the 9 on the far side hash mark. And we'll discuss this because they're going to go way the other side for the second quarter. After 1, Platteville 7, Mineral Point nothing. Second quarter after this on X107Y.
In game 4.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In game 4.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 7-0 Platteville over Mineral Point as we start the second quarter. And the Hillmen, who have one touchdown drive and a missed field goal, and they've got it in the Bitech green zone again. 1st and goal at the 9. Moving left to right in the second quarter. Tyler Sass, the running back, behind Digman. And the Mineral Point defensive line on their hands and knees. Sass moves to the right side. Sass gets the handoff around the left side, tries to get past the defender, and he gets pulled down all the way back at the 15-yard line.
Jake Dannenberg on the pursuit there for the Pointers.
2nd and goal back at the
loss of 5 on that run.
back at the 15-yard line.
2nd and 10 now.
I forgot that they still have the they don't have the down markings except for just the marker. And a run around up the middle for Sass. Sass is down to about the 7-yard line.
Tag on the play by number 10.
Got a penalty flag on the play.
Thought I saw that.
Penalty indicating a hold against.
And that will be the 3rd holding penalty on Platteville, Pink's Automotive penalty. That pushes them back all the way to the 25-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal from there.
Well, we'll see what they decide to do on this upcoming play here.
Second and 20 now from the 24-yard line.
Well, apparently they need to get to the 4-yard line. I think I mentioned that as being at the 11, being at the 9, what is at the 14. Here's a pass to the left side, and pushed out of bounds after a gain. Blevins, I think that was.
Complete to Blevins on the left side.
It was Jerron Blevins. See if they come to the wide side of the field here. Maybe if they're on the left hash mark.
That's where all the room is, basically. So that makes it a more palatable 3rd and 11. Slightly more palatable anyway. And here's a run up the middle, picking your way through, and Digman will keep the football.
By his ankles, by number 55,
and Digman gets down to the 9-yard line, which makes it 4th and 5. 4th and 5 from the 19-yard line. And Platteville is going to discuss this
Taken by the Hillman.
with 4:50, one more time, 9:58 remaining in the first half, and a 7-0 Platteville lead over Mineral Point. Brewers now lead 1-0 over Toronto, top of the 6th. And that is on AM 1590 WPVL. After one quarter, Prairie du Chien leading Darlington 14-7. And that game in Darlington, after one quarter, River Ridge over Fenimore 8-6. That is on Super Hits 106. Lancaster leading Cuba City 14-0, 3:09 left first quarter. All of that on the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. At the 9-yard line, just correcting, at the 9-yard line, it is 4th and 5. 9:58 left in the first half. Platteville trying to add to their 7-0 lead. Sass is the running back. Receiver out to the left, 2 to the right, or 3 to the right. And Digman will go back to pass, runs, and under pressure throws before he's hit. And the pass is caught, and that's a touchdown.
Complete to number 1 Ryder.
And Myron Ryder got open. That's his second touchdown of the ball game. And with 9:51 left in the first half, another Northland Buildings touchdown for the Arrows. And that ends up being a 55-yard scoring drive, and a pretty long 55-yard scoring drive in terms of number of plays.
And Brody Digman kind of escaped some pressure there to buy a little more time than he needed. Nice drive by the Hillman.
13 plays, 55 yards, and now the extra point by Tyler Sass is good.
14 and Mineral Point 0.
And with 9:51 left in the first half, 14-0 Platteville on X1071.
In Game 5.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
In Game 5.
9:51 remaining in the first half as the kickoff is fielded by Hudson Schrader. And Mineral Point will have kind of average field position, or maybe a little less than average at the 21-yard line. That scoring drive for Platteville. How about this? 13 plays, 55 yards, and it took 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Extremely methodical, and it ends up with 7 with the extra point. Liam Carey's pass to the right side, incomplete on first down. Northland Buildings touchdown and Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point. Pass incomplete, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now.
Hillman are focused. I talked to Coach last week. He talked about the team coming together, and they're excited with the process. And if you could just keep working on the process, you know we're going in the right direction. It's like they're really having some success early tonight.
Yeah, that's a phrase you never ever used to hear, but over the past maybe 15, 20 years, that's suddenly process. So for those who are interested in that, 2nd and 10 from the 21. Here's a pass to the left side, and the pass caught. And again, all the way up to the 20.
Carey with a pass to number 17, Bomstead.
To Bomstead making the catch.
23, Johnson.
And the pass to the
first down.
33-yard line. 12 yards and a big Iron Realty first down. Actually, we'll call it the tip of the football probably is at the 23-yard line. 9:24 left in the first half. And Mineral Point needs to get the offense going. They've had a couple of 3-and-outs. That's actually, I think, their first down at the ball game. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right and 1 running back. Bomstad goes in motion. And here's a run up the middle, a huge hole, and that's going to go the whole way for Clayton Yana. He goes 67 yards.
Clayton Yana with a blast up the middle for a Mineral Point touchdown.
And just like that, Mineral Point's on the board, a 56-second scoring drive, 3 plays, 79 yards, and it's 14-6.
Big hole opened up there.
And he got to meet the entire Platteville defense because he ran through the entire Platteville defense. Carey now will try the extra point. Cole Potts is the holder. Elliot Kite is the long snapper. And a line drive extra point is good. Some of that got in the kind of like the left corner of the low left corner of the goalpost.
That didn't look close to me, but maybe I had the wrong angle. But the officials got a better look at it underneath that goalpost.
So the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point after the Northland Buildings touchdown is 14-7. Platteville with 8:55 remaining in the first quarter. Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service because of Les Mack. You always get more from Les. Also, Carver's Hardwood Flooring for hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs. Call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. You want to read these two here at the bottom?
These two here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, that one and that one.
Just about dropped the microphone. The Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. Carver's Hardwood Flooring for hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs. Call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton.
Check off the one that you read there.
Good.
TriStar Pallets. Did you get that one also?
Yes.
Okay. 8:55 remaining in the first half. And here is a high and short kick fielded by one of the upbacks. And up to the 35, still going to the 40-yard line. And to about the 43-yard line.
Number 10, Brad Rupp on the return.
Brad Rupp,
Tackled on the play by
who is a receiver, but it turns out he's an upback on the kickoffs. And so, good field position.
Great field position for the Hillman here.
With 8:47 remaining. Until the Magnet Electric halftime report. Again, at the top of the 6th, Brewers 1, Blue Jays nothing. That is on AM 1590 WPVL, as with tomorrow and Sunday. 1st and 10 for the Hillmen from the 43-yard line. Receiver comes in motion, and it's a run up the middle, and across the 45 goes Tyler Sass and gets several yards after that, up to the 49. 2nd down and 4 coming up.
Midfield here for the.
4 with the ball at midfield.
Well, make it 2nd and 3 at midfield then. Right down the middle, and back to pass is Digman. Throws to the left side. Pass is caught. That'll be a 1st down. And going down at the 41-yard line.
Digman's pass complete to Ryder. Tackle on the play.
Myron Ryder making the catch. He already has 2 touchdowns today.
First down for the Hillmen.
I think Brody Digman's finding his favorite receiver here early in the season.
Down to the Mineral Point 41, 1st and 10, under 8 minutes in the first half. And the Hillman up on Mineral Point 14-7. Already this game has had more scoring than the game last year here, which Mineral Point won 14-0. Draw for Digman, and Digman pulled down as he gets down to the 38-yard line for 3 yards. Second down, 7 yards to go. We're brought to you by Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks. To Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best in Fenimore. 2nd and 7 from the 38 of Mineral Point. Sass goes in motion. The snap goes past Digman. He has to go back to get it all the way back at the Platteville 46. So that is, well, it would have been worse if it had been recovered by Mineral Point. As it is, it ends up being a 20-yard loss.
And it was probably the right thing to do. He had some space between he and the defenders, but you just pretty much have to get on that ball.
3rd and 20, back to pass. Digman goes at the left side, throws it, and the pass is almost picked off at the first down marker. And so back at the Platteville 46, it's 4th down and time to punt. With 6:42 left in the first half. We're brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade, open 7 days a week, 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. We're also brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at sloans.com. Boss Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Boss Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Tyler Sass to punt. 2 deep backs. Brett Bossert, one of the backs. And the ball will bounce down the far side and goes out of bounds. And a good punt there inside the 20-yard line. That's the very definition of a good punt.
Absolutely. That was end-over-end punt, and got some good roll on it after it landed.
6:35 remaining in the first half. Mineral Point will take over at their 15-yard line. Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. Our turnover sponsor. Subs.com. Well, we'll get to them in a moment here. 1st and 10 from the 15 on the far side hash mark. Turf looks great because, of course, everybody's had more than enough rain this year. And they had some earlier today. Back to passes. Carey throws it over the middle. Got a receiver. And this might be going all the way. And going all the way is Colin Bishop for an 85-yard touchdown. So Mineral Point has scored on a long run and a long pass, and they are an extra point away from tying the game after an 85-yard Northland Buildings touchdown for Colin Bishop.
Liam Carey got more air under that one, Steve, and it was a perfect throw, perfect route and catch.
Got past the defense that time. And now Liam Carey for the extra point. And another line drive kick, but this one again is good. And the pointed flush extra point. And we are tied. Platteville 14, Mineral Point 14, with 6:22 left in the first half. Brewers, by the way, now up 2-0 in the 6th inning. That is on 97 on AM 1590 WPVL. Here, read those. The last 4 on that page.
The last 4. Sups.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations at Sups.com. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Goodney's Garage in Platteville. have the certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. And Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service.
Well, that took 13 seconds to go 85 yards. The previous scoring drive took 56 seconds to go 79 yards in 3 plays. And suddenly, that 14-0 lead has evaporated.
Well, we'll see what happens here for the Hillman on offense. And
well, they've moved the football.
Carey to kick off.
They have.
But they had one that kind of disastrous fumbled punt on the bad, or the fumble on the bad snap. And now this kick goes down into the corner and is fielded, and Ryder bring it out. And down he goes.
Carey's kick is fielded by number 3. Blevins.
Actually, it's J.B. Blevins.
Back near the goal line, and he is brought down immediately.
And that is going to be
number 21, Elliott
the worst field position in the game to this point for Platteville. 6:16 remaining in the first quarter.
Good kickoff by the Pointers and a good kick coverage.
It's now the 10-yard line. Let me try that again. 11-yard line. 6:16 left first half. We're tied at 14. Platteville scored the first 2 touchdowns. Mineral Point the last 2 touchdowns, both on what they call chunk plays. I never really liked that term. Big plays, that's better. And a run around the left side for Tyler Sass. And Sass gains 7 yards up to the 18-yard line. Good first down carry for Tyler Sass.
Digman with a keeper off the left side. Tackled on the play by number
Also a good carry for Digman.
Gain of 6 on that run. It's 2nd and 4 now.
Second down, 3 yards to go with 5:50 remaining in the first half. Platteville has all 3 of its timeouts. Mineral Point with 2. Sass the running back. Actually, Weagle, the running back, around the right side, or on the left side, goes Digman. Digman gets a first down and a whole lot more. To the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10,
With a keeper off the left side.
and to the end zone.
For an 80.
And just like that,
For the Hillman.
the answer.
This is like last week, where it's like deja vu all over again.
That is an 82-yard touchdown run for Brody Digman with 5:21 left in the first half. And that is a 2-play scoring drive that ends up going 89 yards.
If you get a quarterback like Brody Digman that has that kind of speed and can still throw accurate passes, then
Well, and he certainly has done that, and it's 20-14 on the Northland Buildings touchdown. And now Sass for the extra point. He's 2 for 2. High extra point is good.
just over the crossbar there, Steve.
That is literally the opposite of the 2-line drive extra points for Liam Carey. And so it's Platteville 21, Mineral Point 14 with 5:21 left in the first half. Now you can read these. Do the 4s the second time through the 4s.
Okay.
Because I have to send another score update to everybody.
Mound City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do all the things you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. Brian Steffes Construction is your local WIC building dealer. They're right here in Mineral Point, serving all of southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put WIC Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you.
The winner tonight gets $168. It is a ticket number.
Hager's Enterprises in Mineral Point specializes in residential and commercial landscaping. Yeah, that's a bad page break there. Landscaping and hardscaping now includes lawn care and hydro seeding. They will always exceed your expectations. Check them out on the web or Facebook. And call Lane today. The kickoff is returned to about the 30-yard line. Brett Bossert on the return.
Hollingsworth,
Whoops.
number 62.
Well, what's going to happen next here, Steve? This is back and forth.
He had the winning 50-50
Explosive
number.
football.
Please come to the press box.
Suddenly, this is starting to look like a 8-player game.
Pointers take over this possession.
They take over at the 27, 1st and 10. We've had 3 touchdowns in about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. It's 21-14 Platteville with 5:14 left in the first half, and now it's Mineral Point's turn. Here's a run around the left side, and Clayton Yana, gain of 3 yards.
Run by
Actually,
number 10, Clayton
5
Yana.
yards. Clayton Yana to the 32-yard line.
On the tackle. Gain of
Second down,
about 4. Yeah, about 3.
well, about 4. I think it's 4 yards.
I trust you, Steve.
Second down. Well, if you're watching, I guess if you're watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, then you can decide if I'm right or not. On the radio, I have to be right. 2nd and 6. Maybe they're 2nd and 6 and getting hit in the backfield.
Brought down in the backfield.
That is Liam Carey losing yards.
Cam Moore.
Cam Moore on the
Winner
stop.
of the 50-50
And that is a Substock.com quarterback sack. It's a loss all the way back to the 27-yard line.
Cam Moore, 5'8" defensive end, 200-pound senior, got through there in a hurry.
And that will be 3rd down and 12 yards to go. They need to get to the 38-yard line.
From the 26.
And 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Carey to pass. And Carey throws to the right side. The pass is caught. And that'll be a first down and more across midfield to the 45 and all the way down as Bossert
First down.
gets it down. The ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line.
Number 10.
No, will not. They're still trying to figure that out. Another Big Iron Realty first down.
1st and 10 now from the Platteville 46.
And it is the 46-yard line of Platteville. 3:53 left in the first half. Mineral Point has 2 timeouts. And according to this, I guess Platteville has 2 timeouts. Oh, yes, they did. They called one on offense. Mineral Point had to call theirs on defense. 21-14 Platteville. And here's a run up the middle after a fake pass. And a short gain down to about the 45-yard line.
23, Evan Johnson.
Yana for 1 yard, 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Oh, by the way, Brewers now up 5-0 on Toronto. That is in the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th inning. That's at AM 1590 WPVL. That is because Freddie Peralta is pitching.
I was going to ask you who was on the bump tonight.
And Freddie can pitch. 2nd and 9 from the 45. On the far side hash mark, 1 receiver almost on the bench. That's how far out he is on the left side. Wingback and on the left side, 2 other receivers are a slot back. That's Bomstad. And another run up the middle, and not much doing there for Yana. And in fact, he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. And it'll be 3rd and 9 with 2:37 left in the first half.
Briggs Waggle on the tackle.
I would think that you might see if they don't get the first down and stop the clock, they might want to, Platteville might want to stop the clock because they would certainly, given how this game has gone to this point,
yeah, sure.
Even if they get the ball with like a minute left, that's still enough time tonight. 3rd and 9 from the 45. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 running back, Yana, behind Carey in the pistol. Everybody's in the pistol anymore. And it's a fake handoff and a run pass to the right side, incomplete, short of the intended receiver. Bosser was the intended receiver at the 35-yard line, and so with 1:53 left in the first half, Platteville won't get the ball in great field position, but they've got enough time certainly, unless Well, Mineral Point could, I suppose, decide to go for it here, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Believe it or not, I saw a game last night where the opponent of Highland made some rather dubious decisions going for it. Not here, however.
This is a good punt situation here.
And that's going to bounce and go into the end zone. Touchback. And Platteville will take over. They have 1:46 and 2 timeouts remaining and a 22-14 lead. It may take a little bit of time to go through all the scoring, although I guess maybe not because, it's been fast scoring at this point in a lot of cases. 1st and 10 from the Platteville 20-yard line, and they've been going more up-tempo, slightly more up-tempo than they did last week. That will probably help them here. 1st and 10 from the 20. And back to pass goes Digman, throws to the right side and hit out of bounds after a short completion. That's Matt Brogley, the tight end, getting his first catch of the ball game. Short gain.
Gain of
5 yards. I guess that's a medium-sized game, actually. 2nd and 5. From the 25, 1:22 into the clock running. Apparently he went down in bounds. Back to pass Digman. Rolls to the left. Looking, and then throws as he's hit. Throws it deep, and the pass is caught.
Digman's pass complete to number 3. Blevins.
And that's Jerron Blevins all the way down to the Mineral Point 30-yard line.
That was one beautiful pass. Perfect spiral from Brody Digman there. And a wide open receiver.
A spectacular Big Iron Realty first down. 1:09 left in the first half. Platteville trying to add to their 21-14 lead. It's 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Timeout taken by the Pointers.
And it's going to be Mineral Point calling a timeout. That's kind of an interesting decision, although it actually, if you think about it, it makes sense. And the reason, of course, is they're not probably going to get the ball back with any amount of time to be able to use their timeouts.
Regroup and catch some oxygen.
How about read these 4?
Starting with that.
Starting with Community First Bank. That's right.
Our game brought to you by Community First Bank, for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste also. West End Salvage of Lancaster.
1:09 remaining in the first half. 21-14 Platteville, and they have the ball at the 34-yard line of Mineral Point. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Digman to pass, throws left side, and the pass is caught and getting out of bounds. And therefore saving the timeout. Jerron Blevins makes the catch. Short gain, took 6 seconds. And that's the smart thing to do, obviously. Go ahead.
Old Law LLC in Platteville, protecting your rights. They have
we'll pick that up in a moment here because now they're going to play again. 2nd and 3 from the 27. Digman rolls to the left. Digman slings it to the left side, and that is broken up at about the 10-yard line. It will be 3rd and 3.
Old Law LLC in Platteville, protecting your rights. They have the experience you need to get the results you want. Visit them at Old Law LLC or on Facebook. Old Law in Platteville, defending your tomorrow today. The entire staff of Faraday Incorporated in Platteville proudly supports the Platteville Hillman High School athletes. It's a great day to be a Hillman. Go Platteville.
At the right side, 3 receivers. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Sass up the middle, gets a first down, gets more than a first down, and gets down into the Bitech green zone. Down to the 18-yard line.
Sass with the carry up the middle for a Platteville touchdown. Tackle on the play by 51.
And it's 1st and 10 from the 19. The Bitech green zone, Bitech Resource Management Monroe. First down pass over the middle. Pass is caught. And that's Myron Ryder making the catch, and Platteville will now call a timeout. Throw over the middle, which you can do when you got 2 timeouts left,
sure.
even though there's just 36 seconds left. And Platteville will use their second timeout. They have one remaining. Remember that is the wrong game. Platteville got the touchdown of their first drive. It'll be first and goal at the 7. And Mineral Point will get the second half kickoff. So scoring here would be nice for the Hillmen, certainly.
And conversely, for the Pointers to maybe hold them to 3 even, that would be a victory.
First and goal from the 7, 36 seconds left in the first half, 21-14 Platteville. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sass, the running back, behind Brody Digman. Takes a snap. Digman throws it to the left side, and the pass is caught for a touchdown.
Digman rolls out to the left and hits
Jerron Blevins again.
And so the Hillmen get the Northland Buildings touchdown with 29 seconds left in the first half and go up 27-14. Jerron Blevins with 2 touchdowns. Myron Ryder with 2 touchdowns, all through the air tonight. And Tyler Sass, whose first kick, well, if there was a roof, it would have been off the roof, but it went in. Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point attempt. And no problem with this one. It's 28-14. Kind of funny because that extra point before went up more than it went in and then dropped in. And, of course, Liam Carey with his 2 extra points were line drives. But they all count as 1 in the box score. 29 seconds left in the first half. See if we have any updates on the Shoebox score. We're presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Brewers now up 5-0 at the top of the 7th on AM 1590 WPVL. Again, after a quarter, Prairie du Chien 14, Darlington 7. After a quarter, River Ridge over Fenimore 8-6. That is on Super It's 106. Last score we had was Lancaster 14, Cuba City nothing. 3:09 left in the first quarter. But, boy, have we seen the offense tonight.
Unbelievable. 2-touchdown lead for the Hillmen going into half, and the Pointers get the second half kickoff.
Well, figure this. So last night it was 54-22 with Highland beating Williams Bay here on the X. And 63-33 last Friday. And before that, 49-0 Belmont over who did they play? Wisconsin Heights.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the, 200-point, 300-point range at this point?
You must be exhausted.
I am a little, yeah. Line drive kick. That extra day would be all right if it wasn't for the fact that it's a work day for me. Here's the left side return. And down the sidelines, the near sidelines, goes Bossert. And Bossert all the way down to the 31-yard line. And now Mineral Point with 17 seconds left in the first half. They have 1 timeout. They certainly have enough time to get it down to the end zone. It's at the Platteville 33-yard line.
Great blocking on that return.
Let's see how Mineral Point handles this, because they've certainly got enough time, 17 seconds and a timeout, since we know they can be explosive because we've seen it already tonight. Back to pass, Carey throws it to the left side and spun down to the 30-yard line goes Vomstad, and that will force a timeout. I think that was, I'm not sure that was the play that they thought they were going to get basically there. So 2nd and 7. Third timeout with 9 seconds left in the first half. Platteville, by the way, has 1 timeout. So if they don't like what they see on defense, they can call a timeout here.
Yeah, interesting to see what Mineral Point might do here. If they're going to try to throw the ball down the field and get out of bounds.
They reset the clock back to 12 seconds So that's 2 plays right there. And we're not talking 2 plays where you throw it immediately and then get out of bounds. You've got time to run 2 regular plays. They're at the 30-yard line, 2nd down, and 7 yards to go. 30-yard line of Platteville, 28-14 Platteville. 12 seconds left to the first half. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Yana, the running back, behind Liam Carey. Carey to pass. Fakes. Under pressure now. Rainbows to the end zone, and that'll be intercepted. Picked off.
Intercepted by number 1, Ryder.
And Myron Ryder, who's got the 2 touchdowns, now has an interception. A Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover, first of the night, and Platteville will take over where they have no option other than just sitting on it at the 3-yard line, but they will take a 2-score lead into the locker room. That was a pass with a ton of hang time there.
He's lucky to get it away. He was under a lot of pressure.
Indeed he was. 5 seconds left in the first half. And this will be just a kneel down, you would think, anyway, for Brody Digman. And Digman lines up here. Oh, a high snap, and he's going to have to take off with it. He got it down, however, and Digman out to the 10-yard line, and that ends almost on an almost dramatic note.
I thought he would just kneel down, and he ran a play.
Well, not where the ball was. You know, he had to jump up to get it, so he decided, I better make sure this goes, that I keep it. And so we are at the half. Platteville 28, Mineral Point 14. McNett Electric halftime report after these messages on X1071.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Whether you are an athlete with a sports-related injury or a weekend warrior with a strain or sprain, you can count on Grant Regional Health Center's rehab team to be there for you. Our rehab experts have the knowledge and experience to create an individualized care plan to help you get back to better health. From physical or occupational therapy, speech therapy, or cardiopulmonary rehab, we are with you every step of the way. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for milking and cooling brand products and a full portfolio of high-tech dairy and cooling equipment. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and FullersMilkerCenter.com.
I'm here today with Keith Dula from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Keith, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Hey, that's a great question. Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and to take a test drive today.
Beautiful weekends are perfect for grilling your favorites. Stop by the Calcabine Market and load up on seasonings, spices, rubs, and sauces to bring your grilling game to the next level. The Calcabine Market, 352 Blush Street in Dubuque, or online at calcabinemarket.com.
Oakwood Fruit Farms, that's the one for family fun.
It's apple season at Oakwood Fruit Farm, featuring fresh pick favorites like Honeycrisp, Gala, Rave, and more waiting for you. Sip on some fresh apple cider. Don't miss the bakery treats. Hot apple cider donuts made fresh daily. Homemade caramel apples, turnovers, cookies, and even take and bake pies. Every Tuesday, enjoy 10% off all apple purchases. And while you're there, brighten your porch with beautiful fall mums. Oakwood Fruit Farm open daily 9 to 5. Follow the signs south of Ithaca on Apple Ridge Road.
When it's back to school time, it's time to get to the Shoebox in Black Earth. A huge selection of footwear for the kids and yourself is what you'll find. Check out the Bargain Box next door for great savings too. Back to school is in full swing at the Shoebox in Black Earth. Service like it ought to be.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Onyx 107.1, time for the McNett Electric halftime report. For all your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Platteville with a 28-14 lead on Mineral Point. They are introducing the new members of the Mineral Point Football Hall of Fame, who are Mike Grotz, who played from 62 to 65. In the days of the 14-team Southwest Wisconsin Athletic League, in which apparently they didn't, there's no way you could possibly play everybody, so that's kind of interesting. Mineral Point, also Craig Wasley, who played in the 83 to 84 seasons. There's an interesting fact about that. He was a huge part, it says here, of the 1983 team that challenged eventual state champion Platteville for the state championship. That was Paul Chris' team, as everybody listening certainly knows. Also, Jamie Paulskill, who played from 99 to 2002, and Robert Goldthorpe, who was a lineman
Jamie was one of the best tacklers
from 04 to 07. Jamie Paulskill, interestingly, was finally the only Mineral Point team that's gone to state. But at any rate, congratulations to them as they introduce you. You can probably hear that in the background. And meanwhile, we'll tell you what has happened in this game. And we need to get going on it because there's been a lot that has happened in this game at this point. Platteville got the opening kickoff and went 62 yards in 8 plays. Myron Ryder with a 26-yard touchdown catch from Brody Digman. I whiffed on his first name for a moment there because there have been several Digmans who have played for Platteville. And Tyler Sass with the extra point, 7-0 Platteville with 8:19 left in the first quarter. He only got the ball back at the 30 and took it down to the Mineral Point 14-yard line, but a 32-yard field goal was missed to keep the game at 7-0. Platteville then went on a really epic drive, 13 plays, 55 yards, and it took 5 minutes and 23 seconds in the first quarter and the second quarter. And on 4th and 5, Myron Ryder again, his second touchdown, 4th and 5 from the 9 from Digman, and that made it 14-0 Platteville with 8:55 left. One more time, 9:01 left in the first half, 9:51 left in the first half. But that kind of woke up Mineral Point because the Pointers on the third play from the 33-yard line, Clayton Yana burst up the middle, blew through the entire defense, ends up with a 67-yard touchdown run. That scoring drive, 3 plays, 79 yards, 56 seconds, so now it's 14-0. Platteville got it back, and then after a bad snap that ended up being a 20-yard loss, they had to punt it away, but they got a good punt down to the Mineral Point 15. However, then it was Liam Carey's turn and Cowan Bischel's turn for a big connection, 85 yards for the touchdown. And the extra point tied the game
Craig was
at
appointed football player
14,
from 1981
85
to
yards,
1984.
13 seconds.
Craig was a starter
But
at guard and linebacker
that
during
woke
the
up
83 and
Platteville then
84
because they
seasons.
got the
He
ball
also
at
long
the
snapped and was on all the
11-yard
special
line,
teams
and
throughout his varsity
in case
career.
anybody
Longtime
understood
assistant
why
coach Al
Brody
Bauman
or doesn't
called
understand why
Craig one
Brody
of the
Dickman
best
isn't the
hitters
starting
and
starting
players he
quarterback.
had ever seen on a football
Second and
field.
3,
He was a
runs
huge
it
part of the
80.
1983 team that challenged eventual state champion
Got to read my
Platteville
handwriting here.
for the conference title.
82
Craig
yards
ranks
down the far
number
sideline
16
for the
all-time
touchdown.
in
Extra point,
tackles with 225,
21-14.
and added 3 career interceptions.
2 plays,
and blocked
89
8
yards,
punts while
45
playing in an
seconds with 5:21
ultra-talented
left in the first
Southern
half.
Conference.
Mineral
Craig
Point
was
got a
second-team
timeout, but ended up
All-Southern
punting away.
lineman as a
Platteville got the
junior
ball
in
at the 20
1983,
and
first-team
was
selection at
able to take
linebacker
it
as a senior
80
in
yards
1984,
in
where he scored 3 defensive touchdowns during
6
conference
plays.
play. In addition,
They had
Craig was
they had a
first-team
minute
All-Area
46
selection
and
for the Wisconsin
2
State Journal
timeouts. They only
and was a
needed one of the
WNFCA
timeouts. It
All-District
ended up being
selection
a
during 1984
1 minute
season.
17-second drive.
Craig has fond
This is
memories of
Jerron
playing for
Blevins
Coach
making the
Ron Murphy
catch
and Coach
for
Floyd
the
Spohr.
touchdown.
Both of
That
whom
made it
taught him character,
28-14.
respect, and encouraged him to always
So
rise to the
Myron Ryder
challenge.
with 2
He
touchdowns.
remembers the phrase, "Go make
Jerron
something
Blevins with
happen,"
1
being
touchdown and
shouted
Brody
from
Dickman
the
with a
sidelines,
touchdown.
he
And
his
so the extra
teammates
point
often
made it
did just
28-14.
Craig remembers the 83 team being
And that
tough,
is our
focused, and
halftime score.
hardworking. They seem to bring out the best in each other.
The half
Craig
ended
stated,
with, or
"Running
almost
out
ended with
those
an
boys was
interception
like
by
pure
Myron
adrenaline,
Ryder of a pass
and that's why football
toward
is
the
my
end zone.
favorite
So
sport.
that's
I
what's
love the game.
happened. And
There's
that's a
nothing
lot
better
that's
than
happened in
football.
this game.
Craig's a 3-year letter winner in football and baseball.
By
and a
the way,
4-year
on the
letter
Shoebox
winner in
scoreboard,
wrestling.
presented by the
He
Shoebox and
selected
Black
for the
Earth,
Dodgeville
the largest
Chronicles
independent shoe
Sportsmanship
store
Award
in the
1983
Midwest.
and 84,
7-0. Brewers now lead in the bottom of the 7th. That is
Craig
on
also a member of the Mineral Point
AM
Wrestling
1590
Hall of Fame.
WPVL.
Craig
We'll
claims his best
check out more
accomplishment
scores
was
on the
marrying his
Shoebox
wife,
scoreboard,
Fran,
presented by
and
the
raising
Shoebox
their
and
two
Black Earth, the
beautiful
largest independent shoe
daughters,
store in the
Sierra and
Midwest.
Mariah,
After
here in
this,
Mineral Point.
at the
They are
half,
now
28-14,
fortunate to have
Platteville over
two
Mineral
great
Point.
son-in-laws,
Back
Henry
after this
and Mitchell,
on
that decided to
X107
have
Walk.
their 6
In
children
Game 6.
also raised.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 6.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters are over at doors on X1071. McDonald Electric halftime report, 28-14 Platteville leading Mineral Point in a game that has had as many big plays as most people would like.
The defense, what was defense again? What is defense?
It's an interception at the 3-yard line at the end of the half. That is defense.
It's been back and forth. Very exciting first half for Hillman. Got off to that fast start, as you mentioned before. Mineral Point comes back and does their thing, and then the Hillman finished strong toward the end of the second half.
One thing that I think has made a difference for Platteville, they were not playing very fast last week. They certainly are playing faster tonight, and I think that's helped them a lot.
Well, that was a 13-play drive that you mentioned in 5.5 minutes. That's pretty fast.
It is. Well, and the thing is that they're, when I say fast, they are, as you know, they're not lingering in the huddle,
right.
Slowly walking up the, they're trying to get as many plays in as they can, and it's worked.
Yeah, they're stepping up and running a very quick offense.
On the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, as promised. Big game in Darlington. Darlington now leads Prairie du Chien 17-14 at the half. Also, Lancaster leads Cuba City 21-7 at the half. That's on 97.7 Country WGLR. And River Ridge leading Fenimore at the half 22-13. That is on Super Hits 106. One other score, River Valley leading Wisconsin Dells 22-0 at the half.
Well, this is going to be an interesting second half here. In about 8 minutes' time, we'll get underway. And did you have a chance to watch the celebration of life for Mr. Baseball last Sunday at all?
I did not. I was otherwise occupied on Sunday. It was a great moment, of course. As often happens, the Brewers kind of didn't, but the honest truth of it is, in a sense, that's sort of appropriate because, unfortunately, Bob Uecker called a lot of losses through no fault of his own. And, the reality is, Uecker was the kind of quality announcer. Most people are not, but he was the quality announcer. You'd actually listen to the game, even if it was a blowout, just to hear what he was going to say.
Yeah, he never missed a call. He could be interviewing someone in the booth, and the call is always right there. You're not going to miss anything.
I don't know if you remember this, but I've been listening since the 70s, and back when Merle Harmon was, and in fact, I met him once many years ago, but the funniest thing I remember is not from Major League or something like that. He used to do commercial reads for the U.S. Army, and they were hysterical. He'd say, join the Army. And by the way, tell them at the recruiting office, you don't want to start as a private, you want to start as a general. Tell them you want your own tank. Tell them you want your own helicopter. I know that was not in the script, and I can only imagine that whoever, the account rep for the account and whoever he's working at, there's probably going like, oh no. But it would be interesting to know if Wisconsin saw a jump in recruitments thanks to the recruiting leader, Uecker.
well, the one time he did not call a pitch was in Chicago against the Cubs, and Ryan Theriot was at the plate, and nothing came out of his mouth. And then at that point, he realized he had an issue.
People did not know, except just a very, very few people, that he was dealing with lung cancer all of last year.
Yeah.
He had gotten to the point where, whatever games you feel like doing, if you're there, you're there, and if you're not, we got it covered. So it has been, not surprisingly and understandably, the season's, kind of a loss. And the season, there's something missing from this season. That's a better way to put it, that, not having Uecker there. But I don't know, you kind of feel like he's inspiring from.
Yeah, with the Brewers' best record in the majors, something is going on there, and maybe it's got something to do with Uecker.
Well, another great story about him is, I'm not even sure where I read this, but he and Don Drysdale, you remember him?
Sure. Longtime
head-hunting Dodgers pitcher, turned into a great announcer for the Dodgers and ABC. And they were friends, and they would, Uecker would stay with Drysdale when he had a game out there. Apparently, Don Drysdale was a very fastidious, clean person. He had everything clean at his house. So, of course, Uecker would, leave plates with food on them. He'd take a glass and stick it on the coffee table instead. And he drove Drysdale nuts trying to clean up, Obviously, I think everybody knows this, that one of the things he got to be known for, maybe not happily, was a knuckleball catcher. Unfortunately, he also managed to lead the league in pass balls because of that. He was Phil Niekro's catcher when Niekro was with the Braves in Atlanta. And, of course, he came up with the observation that the easiest way to catch a knuckleball is to wait for it to stop. But Uecker, one of the, and I don't know how many people remember this either. He worked for ABC for a number of years. He also worked for NBC when they had baseball until Fox took everything over. And he also he did Brewers TV for a while. They actually had 3 announcers that kind of rotated. And back when Channel 4 in Milwaukee had the broadcast rights, you'd see Harmon and Uecker during the TV game, and then somebody else during the. So he had experience both in TV and in radio. And again, he was one of these guys that you watch just to hear what he's going to say. And there are very, very few announcers like that. nobody watches to say, oh, geez, what are they going to say tonight?
Yeah,
but he'd be the guy to do that.
Well, he said he was up to bat in the bottom of the ninth inning. I forget who he was with at the time, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Euchre's up to bat. He looks over in the opposing dugout, and they're all changed into their street clothes. So they didn't have much confidence that Bob was going to do anything.
Yeah, he said also that he was minor league player of the year in his second year in the bigs.
Yeah.
So there, 28-14, Platteville over Mineral Point. We will be back with the second half after these messages on X1071.
In Game 7.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 7.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071. 28-14 Platteville over Mineral Point just before the start of the second half. Again, on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Darlington leading Prairie du Chien 17-14 at the half. Lancaster over Cuba City at the half, 21-7. That's on 97.7 Country WGLR. River Ridge leading Fenimore 22-13 at the half. That's on Super. It's 106. And River Valley shutting out Wisconsin Dells at the half, 22-0. Yesterday, of course, Highland 54. Williams Bay 22. So the Cardinals are 2-0. They have an enormous game coming up at Belmont next Friday. That game could decide the Ridge and Valley 8 title. Although North Crawford, I am pretty sure, is going to have something to say about that.
Okay.
But 8-player benefiting from the doubling the playoff field. Now this is going to be obviously an interesting start to the second half because Mineral Point down 2 scores. They will get the ball to start the second half. And they will be moving right to left. Another halftime score, Southwestern East Dubuque 41, Boscobel nothing, line drive kick, and that is still a live ball back at the 10-yard line, and it is returned and
hard hit.
The returner probably thought, geez, I should have gone out of bounds before that because he got smacked at the 20-yard line.
Will Zielinski, number 8 for the Hillman. Goodness.
Will Zielinski starting linebacker for the Hillman. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And we saw a long touchdown pass and a long touchdown run by the Pointers in the first half. They have 1 running back, 4 receivers, and it's a keeper for Carey up the middle, picking his way up the field to the 25-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. By the way, Liam Carey, this is an interesting fact that I bet you don't know. Liam Carey is wearing the same number that apparently Micah Parsons is going to wear for the Packers.
Is that right?
He's going to wear number 1, and he's a defensive end.
I don't know. He didn't get a big enough contract, Steve. How's he going to scrape by in Green Bay on that kind of salary?
Yeah. I mean, he's in one of the less expensive, maybe the least expensive market in the NFL with all that money. Whether or not he stays there during the offseason, who knows? You know. But second down and 5 from the 25-yard line. And the carry around the right side, or keeper for Carey, and he is up to the 31-yard line. And that should move the sticks, and it does.
On the keeper off the right side, tackle on the play
Big
by
Iron Realty
Briggs Weagle.
first
Result
down.
of that run is a middle point first down.
Minute 12 into the third quarter, a Big Iron Realty first down, up to the 31. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. That's the only formation they have run that I remember in this game to this point. And Carey Diana behind him. And this time it's Carey faking the handoff and then running ahead around the left end. And he gains 2 yards to the 33-yard line. Sass and Moore on the stop.
Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 now from the.
Our game today brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and the Equal Housing Lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com.
Okay.
Second down and 8 yards to go from the 33-yard line. Ball on the near side hash mark. Again, 2 left, 2 right. Receivers. And back to pass Carey. Fires it to the left side to Vomstad, who makes the catch. Gets up to the 40-yard line.
Carey hits Vomstad.
And the 7-yard gain will make it third down at about a yard to go at the 40. Our game today also brought to you by Brian Steffes Construction, a local Wick building dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put Wick Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. Third at a yard to go. Running back Yana moves from one side to the other of Carey. And the keeper for Carey fights his way forward, gets the first down up to the 43-yard line. Needed 1, got 3 in a Big Iron Realty first down. Eggers Enterprises in Mineral Point specializes in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping, and now including lawn care and hydro seeding. They will always exceed your expectations. Check them out on the web or Facebook and call Lane today. 28-14, Platteville. Mineral Point first drive of the second half, 8:35 left in the third. As 1st and 10 at the 43.5-yard line. 2 receivers, again, same formation. Now Vomstad goes in motion, fake to him, and Carey up the middle, and only gets a yard to the 44. Second down, 9 yards to go. Platteville defense was not fooled by Vomstad in motion at all.
Liam Carey, just a 140-pound player. That's in with the Giants in there, going up the middle for that quarterback.
If I weighed 140 pounds, I don't think I'd want that in the program. You know, I'd rather, like, okay, if you want to weigh me, let me put all of my equipment on, and that should go 160, right?
Yeah, that he's listed at 6'3".
Second down, 8 yards to go from the 45-yard line. Carey to pass, fires it to midfield, and the pass is not caught.
Carey's pass intended for number 18 Schrader falls incomplete.
That was Hudson Schrader
by number 1,
unable to gather it in, and it's third down, 8 yards to go. Well, you remember, I'm sure, you know those days back in high school when you could eat anything you want and everything you want and not gain a pound?
Vaguely, yes, I remember. Of course, I was a 140-pounder.
Well, I was more than that. I was a 170-pounder, but I literally gained in college, I gained, I think it was 10 pounds in 5 years. That was it. 3rd and 8. Rolling out is Carey. Throws down the right side. And that is caught, and that'll be a first down.
Pass to number 21,
to the 45-yard line. Elliott Kite, I believe that's his first catch of the night, from one 45-yard line to another, and another Big Iron Realty first down. I think I gained like 5 pounds in high school. 5 or 10 pounds in high school. I think I was 165 as a freshman and like about 175 as a senior. You could ask my parents how much I ate in those days.
All healthy food?
No, but I didn't eat nothing but garbage. 1st and 10 from the 45 of Platteville, 28-14. Hillman, 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and whatever that play was didn't work as Carey goes backwards. Middle of the defense meets him for a 4-yard loss, and we're going to call that a subs.com sack.
Yeah, Gage Kastner and Cam Moore in there for the Hillman.
Got actually to the 48, so it's a 3-yard loss. 2nd down, 13 yards to go. Our game today also brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. 2nd down and 13 from the Platteville 49, and the left side receiver almost lined up where he could have introduced himself to the cornerback for Platteville. They decided, oh, that's not the line of scrimmage, and he got back. And Carey, play action, throws to the left side, incomplete. Vomstad, the intended receiver, but the connection not made. It'll be 3rd and 13 from the 38. We're brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster, our scrapper of the game sponsor. See Junkyard Joe Krantz of the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage in Lancaster. Also brought to you by Olds Law LLC in Platteville, protecting your rights. They have the expertise you need, the experience you need to get the results you want. Well, experience and expertise. Visit them at Olds Law LLC or Facebook, Olds Law in Platteville, defending your tomorrow today. 3rd and 13 back at the Platteville 48. 4 wide again. Carey throws to the left side, a screen, but that's not going to get anywhere close to the first down. Down to the 44 goes Clayton Yana. And an interesting decision here, and 4th down and 9 coming up.
They're going to punt it away, I believe.
I'm not laughing about that. Somebody just sent me a message because they are listening to the game. They are questioning my weight. So, Danneberg will punt.
Fielded by Blevins.
And here's Blevins from the 15. Blevins up the right side and goes out of bounds, and a good return for Jerron Blevins to about the 32-yard line. So with 5:16 left in the third, Platteville gets the ball and a 2-score lead. That was a 6-minute scoring or 6-minute drive that resulted in no points.
We'll see what the Platteville Hillman, how they come out for this second half on offense.
The entire staff of Fairdy Incorporated Platteville proudly supports our Platteville High School Hillman athletes. It's a great day to be a Hillman. Go Platteville. 1st and 10 from the 35. Then we'll also see when you have a 2-score lead and it's the second half, are they going to slow things down a little bit maybe?
I was wondering the same thing myself.
Of course, the higher. Now there's a bad snap picked up by Digman, and Digman's going to go out of bounds back at the 35-yard line. He did well to just get a 5-yard loss there after the bad snap for the second time in this game.
Of course, the first time was at the end of the first half, and in the standing near their own end zone, and could have been disaster on that play.
So that's a 5-yard loss. Subs.com sack, although I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to throw the football in that circumstance. 2nd and 15 back at the 30-yard line. Tyler Sass, the running back, 3 receivers to the left. Another high snap and an option pitch. I'm not sure that was the play either, but it's going to work out all right. Tyler Sass is able to get up to about the 37 or 8-yard line.
Pushed out of bounds by number 9, Cole Bout.
That is a handy quarterback and an experienced running back. Because I don't know that that's the play they were planning on, but the timing got messed up by the bad punt snap, or by the bad snap, still ends up as a 7-yard gain.
Gain of 7 on that play.
And it will be 3rd and 8 from the 37-yard line. Sass no problem, or Digman no problem with the snap this time. Now runs to the left, now throws to the left side, and the pass is incomplete. That would have been a great catch there.
Falls incomplete.
but Blevins and Digman not able to make the connection, and it'll be 4th down.
There was no one within 12, 13 yards of our receiver on that play. Missed assignment by someone on the secondary.
Blevins, if he'd caught that ball, he could have run backwards into the end zone. He was that open, but Digman was a little pressured there, and so
moving to his left for the right-handed quarterback throwing.
Yeah, that's another thing, that unless your name is Brett Favre, when it doesn't matter if you're going to the left, but you're right. So Tyler Sass to punt.
Bishel and Bossert back to the
Bishel and Bossert
Sass back to punt.
are back to receive around the 35-yard line. Good punt. And a fair catch made at the 29-yard line, or almost the 30-yard line. We'll call it the 30 by Bossert. With 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in the third quarter, and Platteville leading 28-14 over Mineral Point. Northland Buildings, for a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque when you are ready. And Lately Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lately Center Monroe. 1st and 10, and run around the right side for a short gain, a couple of yards.
Carey with a completion to Bossert.
Actually, it was Bossert making the catch for a couple of yards.
Good hands on that play, that tough pass to catch there for Brett Bossert.
2nd down, 8 yards to go as we're going to 4 minutes in the third. We're brought to you by Claire Bank, where there are 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. On the far side hash mark, so one receiver way out to the left and slot backs on either side, and receiver out to the right. Back to pass Carey, and Carey throws it deep, and the catch is made. And that'll be a first down all the way down to the 37-yard line. Brett Bossert makes the catch. And a Big Iron Realty first down.
Number 20, Roberts.
Graydon Roberts makes the stop. But it's down to the 37-yard line of Platteville.
Another nice pass by Liam Carey for the Pointers.
Well, regardless of what his weight is, he can clearly throw the ball. And he did get some playing time as a freshman last year. So that was, he did get a fair amount of playing time. They were trying to work him in and did. So 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Platteville. And a run up the middle and a good gain across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. For a gain of about 9 yards, Clayton Yana, who had the long run for the touchdown in the second quarter.
Gain of 8 on that run. 2nd and 2 now from the 27-yard line.
2nd and 2 from the 27. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. 2nd down at about 1.5 yards to the first down at the 28. Receiver out to the left and a slot back. And back to pass is Carey. Throws to the right side. And that catch is made, and that'll be a first down.
Picked off, I think, by the Hillman. Picked off by.
It is intercepted.
By Jerron Blevins.
And so Carey has his second interception. Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover. Myron Ryder had the first one just before the half, and now the other quarterback, J.B. Blevins, has one, and Platteville gets the stop. And takes over at the 16-yard line. 2:12 left in the third. And the Hillmen, they've now gotten 2 stops in this third quarter. Of Mineral Point drives that went pretty far, but didn't end up with any points. Back to pass on first down is Digman. And now throws it down the far side of that pass, incomplete around the 40-yard line.
Digman's pass intended for Ryder falls incomplete.
Myron Ryder, the intended receiver, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Hillmen.
2:06 remaining in quarter number 3. Russell Law Office is here to assist with your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin Russell Law offices. And comes in motion, and up the middle goes Digman. Digman with a head of steam and gets all the way to the almost 30-yard line. And it will be a first down. Another big iron, really first down. 13 up to the 29 with a minute 55 remaining in the third. And the Hillmen continue to move the football here. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Back to pass is Digman, throws to the left side. Sass on a screen down the sideline to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He may be gone. He is. Touchdown.
Digman with a little pass to Sass.
Tyler Sass.
Platteville, touchdown.
Well, we knew he was a receiver the last 2 years also, and in this case, it's a 71-yard Northland Buildings touchdown pass to Tyler Sass.
He put his shoulder down, running down that left sideline, and ran over a couple of defenders, and then turned on the Jets.
And so Platteville extends its lead to 34-14 on big play night here in Mineral Point. And now here's the thing. Sass has to kick the extra point, and you figured he'd be a little winded after that.
Sass to attempt the extra point. The kick is up.
The kick is up.
And no good.
And this time, there you go. This time he missed.
He's tired.
The point and flush extra point is no good. 1:26 left in the third. Platteville 34. Mineral Point 14 on X1071.
In game 8.
Dear Brewers fans, where do you find the best views and the most electrifying baseball action American Family Field has to offer? The answer is Toyota Territory, located in right field. This Grand Slam experience covers all the bases and gives fans in the stands an exclusive live look at our home run hitter, the Toyota Land Cruiser. Creating a lasting legacy, the Toyota Land Cruiser is seasoned to perform like your Milwaukee Brewers. Add Toyota to your lineup today. Now batting, Toyota.
Oakwood Fruit Farms, that's the one for family fun.
It's apple season at Oakwood Fruit Farm, featuring fresh pick favorites like Honeycrisp, Gala, Rave, and more waiting for you. Sip on some fresh apple cider. Don't miss the bakery treats. Hot apple cider donuts made fresh daily. Homemade caramel apples, turnovers, cookies, and even take and bake pies. Every Tuesday, enjoy 10% off all apple purchases. And while you're there, brighten your porch with beautiful fall mums. Oakwood Fruit Farm open daily 9 to 5. Follow the signs south of Ithaca on Apple Ridge Road.
In game 8.
Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters are over at doors. On X1071, Sass kicks it out of bounds, so Mineral Point will either push them back 5 or decide to take it at the 35. That scoring drive for the Hillmen, 3 plays, 84 yards. And that took 36 46 seconds as the 71-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Sass.
Looked like it was going to be about a 5 or 7 yard gain down that left sideline.
Well, and as you pointed out, he bounced off a couple of defenders, went through one, and then all of a sudden kicked it into overdrive. And you know, he's a third-year starter, so everybody knows. But it's one thing to know how fast he is. It's another thing to stop him.
Stop him, yeah.
If you don't have speedy guys in the defensive backfield, you might be toast. 1:26 remaining in the third, and they will kick off this time from the 35 as Mineral Point decides to push him back 5 instead of starting at the 35. And Sass approaches the ball, and here is kickoff number 2. This one's right down the middle and fielded around the 10-yard line. And a fake reverse, and around the right side. You know what? They're not going to get back to the 35.
Bossert on the return.
Bossert returns it. And I guess in retrospect, they should have taken the yardage.
In hindsight, that would have been the thing to do. That was an awfully good kickoff there.
Play by
by Tyler Sass.
So Mineral Point takes over around the 25
Possession at their own 25.
yard line.
26.
Okay, 26. 1:17 left in the third. As has happened all night, 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. 4 receiver ends and slot backs. And on first down, a short run up the middle, hardly anything there. And I guess maybe quarterbacks can do that. Now we have an injured player. I guess quarterbacks kind of lunge forward a little bit. He was actually moving when he got the ball on the snap. And now we see who the injured player is for Mineral Point.
Yana with the run up the middle. Tackled by
Clayton Yana
Bergerath.
ran the ball for no gain. 1:08 left in the third. Well, as long as we have the moment here, we're brought to you. Well, actually, as long as we have the moment, why don't you read those top 3?
Top 3. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Lancaster. McNett Electric of Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. And Breckler Insurance Group for all your insurance needs. See Steve Lindowski at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years.
Make sure you check them off.
Done.
Meanwhile, I am telling the person who questioned my high school weight that I've got photographic evidence of how much I weighed in those days.
I was a golfer. We didn't have to be big and bulky,
Right.
so, I was skinny like a rail. Trying to hit my 210-yard drive, maybe.
And I was in the band, so,
UW band also.
I was, yes. 3 years in high school. Well, 4 years, but 3 in the marching band in high school, and then 5 getting yelled at for 5 years by Mike Leckrone, the 50-year band director.
He was an interesting character at those spring band concerts, especially at the Kohl Center.
Well, he had whoever his joke writer was should have been fired.
Yeah.
After the no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 26, and Carey throws to the right side, sets up a screen, and that will be close to a first down. Bossert makes the catch. And the ball up to the 37-yard line, and another big Iron Realty first down. 51 seconds left in the third. 34-14 Platteville. Mineral Point, as far as I can remember, had the same formation the whole night. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
And the single setback.
And a fake, and Carey under pressure and goes down, and that will definitely be a Subs.com sack. Back to the 32-yard line. 2nd and 15, 13 seconds remaining, and Mineral Point appears to be content with taking it to the other end of the field for the fourth quarter. After 3, Platteville 34, Mineral Point 14. Fourth quarter after this on X1071.
In game 9.
Oakview Group is now hiring. They're looking for an operations manager at Five Flags Center to assist with planning, budgeting, day-to-day responsibilities, and keeping Five Flags events on track. Oakview Group is also looking for maintenance technicians for both Five Flags and the Grand River Center to handle preventative and corrective maintenance and to make sure every show and event goes off without a hitch. Apply today and see all their open positions at fiveflagscenter.com.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number 1. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number 1.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In game 9.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We go to the fourth quarter, 34-14. Platteville leading Mineral Point. Mineral Point with the football at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 15. And Carey throws before he's hit to the left side. The ball pops loose, and it's Platteville recovering.
Going to be a penalty.
But
number 18 Schrader, he's hit.
Let's see. There is a flag down.
I think it's going to be a late hit on Evan Johnson on the quarterback. Evan Johnson of the Hillman there.
Well, if that's the case, that would obviously wipe out the fumble recovery. So it is not a Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover. Let's see what they call. And that is what they call. It's a personal foul. And so the Pink's automotive penalty leads to the Big Iron Realty first down. And that moves the ball to the 47-yard line.
There was a flag in the backfield.
Or no, wait a minute. Okay, well, that would be, yeah.
Evan Johnson just didn't quite pull up like he took him into the turf.
No, they haven't moved the ball yet, but one assumes that they will get around to it. It is roughing the passer on the Hillman, and so
roughing the passer.
Should be a first down at the 47. They still haven't moved the ball yet. Well, if they're going to, now they're starting to finally. We'll tell you that we're brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. First and 10 from the Mineral Point 47-yard line, 7 seconds into the fourth, 34-14 Platteville. One running back behind Carey, who's been in the pistol the whole night. Two receivers left, two to the right, Carey to pass. And Carey throws to the right side. A nice catch there by Kite. And he holds on to it as he hits the turf, and that will be a first down.
Completion to number 21, Elliott Kite, for a Middle Point first down.
At the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the Hillman 31-yard line.
That is a gain of, actually spotted at the 31-yard line. So back to it goes Mineral Point, trailing by 3 scores. So it would really help them if they were to score here at least. They've certainly got enough time. Here's Carey rolling to the right and taking off with it, and he is across the 25-yard line.
Off the right side.
So Carey with a gain of about,
23.
well, depending on where they spot, it looks like about 7 to the 24-yard line. Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Bottom of the ninth, Brewers 7, Blue Jays 2. That's on AM 1590 WPVL. Also, River Ridge leading Fenimore 22-18 in the fourth quarter. That is on Super. It's 106. Second and 3 from the Platteville 24-yard line, near side hash mark. Carey to pass. Carey throws into traffic over the middle. A pass incomplete. Or actually more to the right side. Bomstad was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 3.
Trying to get it out there to the right side of Bomstad.
Oh, you know what? We didn't say the halftime fix. Millie's Diner in Dickeyville presents the halftime fix. Stop in and see what they're fixing for you. And what did we say at the half? Would Platteville slow it down a little bit? They really haven't.
No, they haven't.
And, well, Mineral Point is now down 3 scores, so obviously they can't come up with empty possessions such as the 2 interceptions that Liam Carey's thrown in this game.
They cannot. They'll be running out of time.
I think that covers it. 3rd and 3 at the 24. 10:31 left in the fourth. Up the middle goes Carey, and Carey will get a first
Carey with the
down.
keeper off the right side, tripped up by number 23 Johnson. Result of that
Evan
run is
Johnson
a
makes the
middle
stop,
point
but it
first
is
down.
a first down, a Big Iron Realty first down. And they are at the 18-yard line, so that is the Bytech green zone. Greener Way, Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Another run up the middle. As we hit 10 minutes left, Carey has basically decided to keep the ball like the whole time now. And he gains down to the 13-yard line, 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now for the Pointers.
It'll be 2 receivers. Actually, now for the first time, 3 receivers over to the left and 1 to the right. Platteville has run that a lot more than Mineral Point has. This is the first time they have tonight. But again, it's a run. And around the right side goes Carey, and Carey inside the 10 and down out of bounds around the 6.
Tyler Sass with a hard tackle there.
But it should be enough for another Big Iron Realty first down, depending on where he stepped out of bounds.
Result of that play is a Mineral Point.
And the sticks are down, so it is first and goal.
First and goal
at about the 7-yard line. This time it's, again, 3 receivers to the left side. And again, it's Carey. And Carey is taken down at about, well, just short of the goal line.
Carey with the run up the middle, tripped up by 72 more.
Cam Moore makes the stop. It'll be 2nd and goal, actually spotted back at the 6.
Goal from the 6 now.
9:14 remaining in the third. Mineral Point has all of their timeouts. Platteville has all of their timeouts. Ball's actually now just inside the 5-yard line. Carey again with Yana is his running back. He goes back to pass and now takes off with it around the right side and then throws, and the pass incomplete.
Liam's pass intended for Bosser.
Bosser was the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. And again, if Mineral Point has any if they have any interest in getting back into this game, they really need to score here. 3rd and goal for the 5.
Seems like 4-down territory, doesn't it, Steve?
No question, because a field goal doesn't really help you that much.
No.
You'd still be down 3 scores. 3rd and goal from the 5. Carey keeps it again, and then a shovel pass ahead. And that's not into the end zone. Clayton Yana makes the catch, but it's going to be 4th and goal.
72 more in on that one again.
Once again, Cam Moore, and that only gained
2. Now it's 4th and goal.
maybe a yard, actually. So it's 4th and goal from the 4. Carey has handled the ball the whole time on this series, basically, as far as running the ball, with just a couple of passes here. And now time is called. It is Platteville
takes the time
calling the timeout.
Well, big play in defense coming up, so I guess they wanted to talk this over. And if you can keep Mineral Point out of the end zone here, then things are really looking up.
That makes sense. Read these next 2, or these last 2 here.
These 2 here?
That one and that one.
Good. Brian Steffes Construction is your local WIC building dealer at Mineral Point, serving all of southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put WIC buildings in your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction expertise to work for you. Eggers Enterprises in Mineral Point, specializing in residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping, and now including lawn care and hydro seeding. Always exceeding your expectations. Check them out on the web or Facebook and call Lane today.
Might as well get the last one, too.
Community First Bank for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC.
All right. 8:04 remaining in the fourth, 34-14. Platteville leads Mineral Point. It is 4th and goal for the Pointers from the 4-yard line, and this has to go into the end zone one way or another. 3 receivers again, actually 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And Carey will pap it to the end zone and through the hands of the intended receiver, incomplete. Kite was the intended receiver, but he wasn't able to get it. And so the Hillman defense holds, and Platteville takes over at their 4-yard line with 8 minutes left and a 34-14 Hillman lead.
I didn't see who got a paw on that ball, but it was a big paw.
Well, Cam Moore has had a night tonight, so it could have been him, certainly, on the defensive line. Final score, Brewers 7, Blue Jays 2 on AM 1590 WPVL. They'll play tomorrow and Sunday also in the former Sky Dome. Again, the fourth quarter, River Ridge leading Fenimore 22-18. That is on Super Hits 106. At the half, Lancaster 21, Cuba City 7. That's on 97.7 Country WGLR. First down carry, and around the right side. That's going to get them out of the shadow of their end zone.
Carey off the right side. Tackled on the play by number 9, Cole Bounce. The result of that run is a first down.
And a first down. I think that was Tyler Sass. And another Big Iron Realty first down up to the 16. Also at the half, Darlington leading Prairie du Chien 17-0. And what was the other score we had? Oh, yeah. River Valley leading Wisconsin Dells 22-0 at the half. That's what we have on the Shoebox scoreboard. Presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Run up the middle. And Platteville, you figure, will be pretty content to do that the rest of the way with a 3-score lead and 7:15 left.
Yeah, I think they're going to just hand the ball off and
Sass on the carry up the middle.
keep the clock moving.
Tackled by 54, Jake Dannenberg.
Gain of 3 to the 19, 2nd and 7. It's actually one of those things where even if they didn't gain a single yard, they would be able to burn 2 minutes off approximately if they just ran the ball. But Digman's going to throw on 2nd down and throws it incomplete.
Looking for Brad Rupp over there.
With an incomplete pass to number 10, Rupp.
And so
3rd
down, 7 yards to go from the 19-yard line.
Well, I guess you want to get a first down, too, so maybe that's what their thinking was.
Surprise the defense, possibly. 6:50 left. 34-14 back to pass is Digman. Now he's going to run, and he will not get the first down. He gets some yardage out of it, but that is it. He's up to the 28-yard line. Or is, no, that's not enough. You need to get to the 26, and he ends up getting 4. So a punt from the 22-yard line. Coming up with 6:10 remaining and the clock running. And a 34-14 Platteville lead, and this is by 1 point the smallest score that I have called in 4 games in 2 weeks. Sass to punt. We'll see what kind of pass or what kind of punt rush they go on. 2 back to return, and not a deep punt. Bounces at the 50 and rolls out of bounds around the 46-yard line of Mineral Point.
46-yard line of the Pointers.
That ends up being 32 yards. 5:37 remaining. 34-14, Platteville over Mineral Point. We will bring you, of course, the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show. We will have the Crimson's Ace Hardware MVP. We'll have the West End Salvage Scrapper of the game. And we'll have the Tricor Turning Point and the Les Mack Drive of the game, all in 5 minutes and 37 seconds, unless a three-score rally ties the game. Here's a pass to the left side, incomplete.
Carey's pass is intended for Schrader.
Schrader was the intended receiver. That was a hot ball coming in and missed. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the Pointers 46.
So, well, Platteville has been certainly consistent on offense. They scored 33 last week. They've scored 34 this week, but the defense has been a whole lot better tonight.
Absolutely. Tonight only allowing 14 points so far.
2nd and 10 for the 46. Back to the 2 each side look. Carey throws short, and the pass incomplete.
Carey's pass falls incomplete, intended for Momstead.
Momstead may have been trying to run before he had the ball secured. Of course, if he'd had the ball secured, he would have been hit immediately. So, at any rate, 3rd down, 10 yards to go, 5:30 left. So the Hillmen, after, I'm sure they had to be a little dispirited, although you certainly heard during the Raleigh Cheese pregame show that Isaiah Altfillish was not unhappy at all with his team's effort, and you know, they certainly never gave up during the game. The problem is that Darlington is just really, really, really good.
Yeah, he was happy with most things.
3rd and 10 for the 46, and Carey throws, misses the intended receiver.
Carey's pass intended for Elliot Kite.
That was Kite down the near sideline around the 35, and it's 4th down. And with 5:25 left, I guess they might as well go for it because they're down 3 scores. Although,
looks like they're going to punt it away, I believe.
Platteville, at least initially, didn't think they were going to punt either until now they back up. Here's the snap. And the kick is fielded at the 24-yard line. Ryder around the right side, now cuts it up the middle and still going to the 45 and down the sideline, finally pulled down, but a penalty flag comes in as he goes out of bounds. Or goes down anyway at the Mineral Point 48, but I think it's not going to be there with 5:09 remaining. Another Pink's Automotive penalty. That is usually where there's an illegal block. Although now it looks like there is an injured player on the field for Mineral Point. And so I think we'll take a break. 5:09 remaining, 34-14 Platteville over Mineral Point on X1071.
In game 10.
Could there be a better name? Auto Value Parts Stores. They aren't just about air fresheners or fuzzy dice. Auto Value Parts Stores are all about parts, auto parts, and advice. Pros who know auto parts with tons of tips when you need them the most. You want real value? Don't go to a place with a cute name. Go to Auto Value. Could there be a better name? I didn't think so. Your Auto Value Parts Store. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Turbin Dodge salutes Katrina Carney, registered nurse at Medical Associates. Turbin will honor Katrina with a donation to NAMI of Dubuque. Visit turbindodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Katrina, from Turbin Dodge in Dubuque.
In game 10.
The injured player for Mineral Point, Sawyer Dannenberg, and he limps off the field. 5:09 remaining, 34-14. Platteville, and then also the Pink's Automotive penalty during the return puts the ball back at the 36-yard line. Platteville with a 34-14 lead, 5:09 remaining, and I have to think that the air will be out of the ball the rest of the way here. And in fact, here is Sass around the left side, and he goes down at the 39-yard line after a gain of 3. Second down at about 7. And now it looks like Platteville's going to replace some players.
Number 30, Briggs Weigel.
And actually, that was Briggs Weigel. And so Platteville brings in, looks like new linemen.
2nd and 7. Good time to get from the Hillman 39.
Time to get some players, some reserves in there, certainly.
Helps if I turn your microphone on.
I was going to shout and see if anybody could hear me. But
long count.
Taking their time.
And here's Weigel up the middle for a gain up to the 43-yard line for 4 yards. New quarterback in the game is Randon Schumacher, who is a sophomore.
He got some time last week also toward the end of the loss to Darlington.
They did. So it's 3rd down, 3 yards to go with 3:56 remaining. Actually, it's interesting because Brody Digman is the only listed quarterback on the roster, but obviously Randon Schumacher is the backup based on 2 weeks. Third down and about 3 yards to go from the 43-yard line. And running up the middle is Weigel gets the first down.
Weigel with another run up the middle.
Weigel gets the first down. I believe that's how it's pronounced based on the spelling, down to the 46-yard line.
Result of that run is a first down for the Hillmen.
Final score, Fenimore a winner over, wow, Fenimore comes from behind and beats River Ridge 24-22.
Big
And that was on Super Hits 106. They're 2-0. They won the Milk Cane game last week over Iowa Grant, 3 minutes remaining. And now they have beaten River Ridge, who is certainly one of the better teams of the Six Rivers. So a good start for the Golden Eagles. And a lot of people were talking them up. They did not make the playoffs last year, but they might be getting a late October date this year. Here's a handoff up the middle. And a good gain there for Weigel. Weigel is taking, oh, wow, still going all the way down inside the Bitech green zone here.
I think that was Schumacher.
Schumacher,
yeah.
Well, that's his biggest play of his career on varsity with 2:29 left.
He's fast.
Like 53 Bonder was in.
Down to the 9-yard line. Actually, I think it's down to the 9-yard line. 2:20 remaining. First and goal in the Bitech green zone, a Greener Way Bitech Resource Management of Monroe, and Platteville finishing off their first win of the season, 2:08 remaining, but that doesn't mean they're stopping playing. Obviously, Will Zielinski is in the ball game. Also, for Platteville, I think that's Zeke Urs. Zeke and Zave, 270 and 235 respectively. And now a flag comes down, which I believe a Pink's Automotive penalty for delay of game.
First and goal.
So I'll push them back 5 with 1:48 remaining. And, well, it's just an irritant basically, although, I don't know, some coaches make you run or something like that for each penalty. That'll be a Monday thing, because they're going to celebrate their first win tonight. 90 seconds now remaining. And Schumacher with Weigel, the running back. And they're going to take that down as far as possible. High snap and a keeper for Schumacher around the left side. And Schumacher to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone.
Schumacher with the keeper off the left side.
And so Randon Schumacher in his second varsity game ends up with a 14-yard touchdown run, and it sends the lead to 40-14 on the Northland Buildings touchdown.
He was determined to get that ball in the end zone, Steve, and going around that left side. What an exciting night for that young man.
And he's got good speed, as we certainly discovered right there. Brody Digman-esque run there, and it's 40-14. Now they got to bring the starters back out for the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point. Also, this does bring an interesting question. Who do you think is our MVP of this?
Well, Myron
game?
Ryder, Jerron Blevins, Brody Digman. It's hard for me to pick one of them out of those three.
Here is the Point and Flush Sportsman Club extra point, and that one is good. It is Platteville 41, Mineral Point 14 with 1:08 remaining. Our most valuable player, Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. And Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville, bringing you the most valuable player. Herms's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. So pick somebody.
Well, Myron Ryder, I think. 1 interception, 2 touchdowns.
That works.
The turning point of the game, I don't know if we're getting to that just yet.
Not just yet. We have our scrapper of the game. Time to name the West End Salvage scrapper of the game. It's a player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. I can think of 2 guys. Tyler Sass, hard running. But you know how many times we heard Cam Moore's name tonight?
A lot. We heard that a lot. His name a lot.
So I guess take your pick.
I think Tyler Sass was a really steady presence on offense tonight. So he'd be my pick, I guess.
Okay. And we'll get to the other 2 in our Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones postgame show, because we got to figure out what the drive of the game is. Actually, that might be the first one, and the Tri-Core turning point also, which we will get to and maybe be able to talk to a coach. 1:08 remaining, 41-14. Platteville leading Mineral Point, and the kick bouncing around, and now returned up to around the 15-yard line. So 1 minute to go. Mineral Point.
Tackled by 62 Wolf.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for the Pointers because they go to Darlington next week. And meanwhile, it doesn't get any easier for Platteville because they go to Prairie du Chien next week, which we'll have on X1071 next Friday. And it looks like we have a new quarterback coming in, or a new player coming in, Adrian Brown coming in for the Pointers.
I think Eli James might be in there at quarterback, perhaps.
Actually, how about I use the right team here? Yeah, Eli James is the wrong 15. 1 minute left to Platteville's first win of the year and Mineral Point's first loss of the year. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. On the far side hash mark at about the 14-yard line. And James is taken down, and the clock starts. 52 seconds remaining.
22, Easton Burnett on the carry.
Actually, that was Easton Burnett, who is a sophomore. He ends up losing to Eli James is a freshman, by the way. 37 seconds left. And James coming out. So this might be the last play because 30 seconds left. And James went all the way to the sideline to get the play. Not signaling. 20 seconds remaining. 15 seconds remaining. And it's 2nd and 12 from the Mineral Point 12. And comes in motion. That's Blake Robb. And a run up the middle will be the last play of the football game. Final score, Platteville 41.
Burnett on the carry again.
Mineral Point 14. Each team is 1-1 in 2025. And we will be back with the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show. The Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show after these messages on X1071.
Postgame 4 minutes.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
There are places, people, and conditions in this world that almost seem beyond hope. But not when Mercy Ships is there. Mercy Ships is a place restoring sight to the blind, happiness to the outcast, and joy to the brokenhearted. Mercy Ships is the reason why hope is now in sight. To learn more, Go to mercyships.org.
RPG came through the belly of the aircraft. We don't talk about the female combat wounded. These are our daughters and our sisters and our mothers. Wounded Warrior Project came into my life and taught me how to stand back up and get back in the fight. The truth is, I think we all have this strength inside of us, but until you're tested, you just don't know it's there.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Beth by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experiencing life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and over at doors on X1071. Platteville gets its first win of the season, gives Mineral Point its first loss of the season, 41-14. And boy, was this a wild football game, at least initially. Platteville kind of enforced order in the second half. But the Mineral Point, where Platteville went up 14. Mineral Point tied the game. Platteville immediately scored again, and they got the ball back and scored right before the half, and then they got a second half shutout.
Yeah, I think the players just mobbed Coach Altpolish out there on about the 35-yard line after they had their short meeting, and it's got to feel good for these young guys. I think they are playing for this new coach, and they're playing hard for him.
Well, it's his first win as a varsity coach, so absolutely they would be pleased about that. Well, Let's see. How did 55 points go, you ask? Platteville got the opening kickoff, went 62 yards in 8 plays in 3 minutes and 38 seconds, and it was the first of the 2 touchdown passes from Brody Digman to Myron Ryder, 26 yards. Tyler Sass's extra point, 7-0 Platteville with 8:19 left in the first quarter. Hillman moved the ball on their second series, but ended up with a missed field goal. Actually, that was the score after 7-0, but Platteville was on the way to a pretty good scoring drive. 13 plays, 51 yards, 5 minutes and 23 seconds on 4th and 5 from the 9-yard line. It worked once, do it again. Digman to Ryder for the touchdown. The extra point made it 14-0 with 9:10 remaining in the first, 9:50 remaining in the first half. And at that point, it kind of woke up Mineral Point because they got a scoring drive, 79 yards in 3 plays and 56, 3 plays and just 56 seconds. Just a second here while I type. And that was the long run by Clayton Yana of, how long was that? 67 yards. And that cut the lead to 14-7 after Liam Carey's extra point. Platteville got the ball back, ended up punting it away because of a fumbled snap that ended up being a 20-yard loss. Mineral Point took over at their 15, needed just 1 play for Liam Carey to dial it up to Ryan, to actually Cowan Bishel. I wrote the number down wrong. Cowan Bishel with an 85-yard touchdown catch. And that tied the game at 14 with 6:16 left in the first half. But then Platteville had a pretty good response, I would guess. 7-yard run by Digman and then an 82-yard touchdown run by Digman. So that's 89 yards in 2 plays in 45 seconds. And that extra point made it 21-14. That was the game-winning score as things turned out. 5:31 left in the first half. Platteville got a stop on defense, took over at their 20-yard line and went 80 yards in 10 plays in 1:17. They had 2 timeouts, only needed 1, and Jerron Blevins got into the act with a 7-yard touchdown catch with 29 seconds left in the first half. That made it 28-14 at the half. Second half, Platteville again had a series that moved, or actually that was Mineral Point who moved it from the 20, their 20 to the Platteville 44, but they had to punt it away. And that kind of was like, uh-oh, for Mineral Point. 2 series later, Platteville, again, the 3-play, 84-yard scoring drive, 71-yard touchdown pass from Digman to Tyler Sass, and the extra point made it 35-14 with 46 seconds left in the third. And then the Hillmen add 1 more after that. And, of course, it's Raylan Schumacher getting his first career touchdown on a 19-yard touchdown run around the right side, around the left side. Final score 41-14 Platteville.
Interesting night. I think the Jerron Blevins interception in the third quarter there.
Well, let's get to that.
Yeah.
But first, the drive of the game, which is presented by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford. You can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service because at Les Mack, you always get more from Les. Despite what it looked like with all of these fast drives, they did actually have a 8-play, 62-yard drive to start the game. They had a 6-play, 80-yard scoring drive at the end of the first half, and they had a 3-play, 84-yard scoring drive. Out of that, I would pick the one before the half, actually.
And that made the score
28-14.
Yeah.
And it was a case where they moved the ball a lot, but they moved it fast.
Mm-hmm.
And minute 17 left. They had 2 timeouts. They only needed 1, and so they were able to move the ball with alacrity. Alacrity, as the phrase would go.
That's a good word.
Gee, thanks. And it's also time for the Tricor Turning Point, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today.
So I'm thinking that the Platteville was up 21-7 in the third quarter there, and then Mineral Point was driving to get within a one-touchdown game, and then Jerron Blevins with the interception. For me, that was a big turning point in the game.
Okay. That will be actually was that in the third quarter or the second quarter? Because it was 21-7 in the second quarter. And
maybe I had that wrong, Steve.
But I do remember the interception you were talking about. And that's a difficult situation when you take it all the way down. Actually, it was at the beginning of the third quarter. It was 28-14. Blevins got the interception. That's just a difficult situation when you're trying to move the ball. You moved it before, had to punt, you get the ball back, and then all of a sudden the pickoff, which, of course, led to the 84-yard scoring drive. So
right.
I think we did figure it out. So, again, Platteville over Mineral Point, 41-14. If we can't find a coach or a player, we'll wrap it up. We'll give you a run through the Shoebox scoreboard with some interesting scores, and we will talk about this weekend and next week, all after these messages. Platteville 41, Mineral Point 14 on X1071.
Post-game 1 minute.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Post-game 1 minute.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 Platteville. The winner tonight in Mineral Point, 41-14. My whole face feels kind of like tired, out of joint or something like that. Maybe that's because in the last week at a day, I have called 276 points in 4 football games.
But then you're working the defensive plays too, so that's 276 points
total.
4
between
games.
Between the 2 games. And actually, this is going to be the fastest game of all of them.
The second half moved right along there, and of course, last week with 96 points in a single game, that was a long game last week.
You might say.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, but Platteville comes up with a win. Each team, again, 1-1. And again, Mineral Point goes to Darlington next week, and Platteville to Prairie du Chien next week, which we'll talk about in a moment. On the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Final score, River Valley beats Wisconsin Dells tonight, 42-17. Final score, Darlington came back and beat Prairie du Chien 26-14. Lancaster over Cuba City 34-7. That was on 97.7 Country WGLR. Maybe the game of the night. Fenimore comes back and beats River Ridge 24-22. That was on Super Hits 106. Also, in the fourth quarter, Potosi leading Richland Center Potosi-Cassville leading Richland Center 32-20. Southwestern East Dubuque in the fourth quarter leading Boscobel 48-0. All Brewers 7, Blue Jays 2, and that was on AM 1590 WPVL. Of course, the Badgers got a win yesterday. Packers got a win without playing by signing Micah Parsons. Yeah. Whether he will end up like the 21st century Reggie White remains to be seen, but suddenly the Packers are definitely contenders to go deep into the postseason.
I think that changed a lot of people's minds about the Packers. And 4-year contract, I believe it is. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah, and he won't have to clip coupons.
No.
Put it that way.
He'll be fine.
He won't even have to be on Amazon Prime. He can pay full price. Coming up tomorrow, Brewers in Toronto at 1:30 on AM 1590 WPVL. Also Sunday at noon on AM 1590 WPVL. On Labor Day, Philadelphia and the Brewers at 2:35 on AM 1590 WPVL. We have volleyball Tuesday, Potosi at Belmont after 6:40 on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And next week, Richland Center at Lancaster to open the SWC season, 6:30 on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Platteville at Prairie du Chien to open up the season in the SWC, 6:30 on X1071. Belleville at Cuba City open up the SWAL season at 6:30 on Super It's 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Next Saturday, Badgers back at it against Middle Tennessee State, 1 o'clock on 97.7 Country WGLR. And a week from Sunday, Packers open the season with Detroit from Lambeau Field at 1 on 97.7 Country WGLR. RJ Osterhaus is our sports director. John Joseph is our program director. Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Tyler DeTanis, Mr. Streaming Fix-It, but we did not need his help tonight. At least we did not. Thanks to Tom Ingwell and the staff at Mineral Point High School. Thanks to our sponsors who help us bring this game to you, and thank you for joining us. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors is the Queen Bee Radio Sports presentation on X1071, WPVL FM Platteville, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Platteville gets its first win of the year, and Isaiah Altfolish's first win as a head coach, 41-14 over Mineral Point. From the Ayers Furniture Best Seats in the House, for Jeff Mergen, MC Prestigard, more extreme hip music is next. We'll be back for more football next week.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.